You're listening to the Trojan Hour. Yeah, the boys.
Yeah, the boys. Get on that Sunday sesh. How's everybody doing?
We're a fucking man down in here tonight.
It's a two-man show.
Two-man.
The two-man show. Big Mark's having a rest.
Sit this one out.
I'm sure he's at home cheering us on.
Still having his drink.
Yeah, the boys. Just having a bit of a rest. So I'm going to load up some comments here because I'm so unprofessional. I should have all this done before we start. But, time was for the essence. Oh, Chris James, the star of our last episode, he's in. Yeah, the boys. Tate Jones, yeah, the boys. Carol Baskin. Just random as, Tate. I feel like the Carol Baskin stuff's dying down a little bit.
See that, what do you call the comedian that done the extra part to it? Was it, what's his name? The extra Netflix part, whenever it was like they come back and done it.
Oh, yeah. He's out of Community. What's his bloody name? Yeah. Joel someone, isn't it?
Yeah. He got massive backlash for that, for releasing that.
Did he really?
Massive backlash.
Why?
Well, it was
suppose
always going to be a letdown.
It's
though, but
2020. Everyone gets backlash for anything they do.
everyone's sitting behind their computer.
Yeah, that's
carrying
right.
on like fucking pork chops.
Yep. But I didn't mind it. I was a bit upset that old Joe Exotic didn't get out of jail.
Oh, you're right. Jesus.
But I listened to the True Geordie podcast, and he had the guy on there, the Buggervan. What's his name?
Doc Antle.
Doc Antle. He had him on, and that was a really good interview, man. And he was just letting it fly. He said he was saying about that James Garrettson and what's the other guy, the main dude that screwed him?
The fucking bald fella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are we forgetting everybody's names? But he was saying how what they've done is actually illegal what they did to him. They entrapped him deliberately, and you're not really supposed to be able to do that. You're not really, you're not meant to be able to, coerce somebody
Into committing a crime. Into
committing a crime. So, and he was like, he goes, Joe Exotic did a lot of silly things, but he goes, what they did to him was wrong. Like they took advantage of him, and I don't know. He just makes you feel sorry for him, doesn't it?
Nah.
You don't feel sorry for him at all?
Don't, man.
You don't?
Fuck no.
Ah,
Definitely
come on,
not. He's getting more cock now in jail than he was outside.
Yeah.
Do you think about it?
He would be.
He's being passed around.
Yeah. I don't know. He's got that new boyfriend of his is
Husband.
new husband of his. Yeah, he's batting way above his average again.
Every single one.
I don't know how he does it.
Every single one of them.
Good on him.
How pissed off do you reckon he'll be whenever he gets out and he sees the first Adam Levine lookalike, the first husband? He'd be like, Jesus.
Yeah, he got all his teeth fixed and he's looking after himself now.
It'll be a bit like, imagine him going down on you with 3 teeth.
Enough of that.
Jesus.
Did you hear that he was saying that his tattooist got so much shit
For that.
You know how they were showing it on the show, and it wasn't finished, and they didn't state that it was finished, like that wasn't finished. Sorry, they just led you to believe that was his cover up and it was done.
Yeah,
it was one sitting.
Horrendous.
Yeah, I know. It was only one sitting though. So, but they've just left it to everyone's imaginations, and the poor bloke's the tattooist has just been getting minced because it did look terrible.
With most of his tattoos though, they looked aged as fuck. Just put a shirt on.
Yeah.
Just put a shirt. Why the whole time during it were you not wearing a shirt?
Because they told him not to.
Oh, really?
The producers, yeah, they wanted that shock value. Look, it's like any Netflix show. They're going to film them. Yeah, it's reality and all that kind of stuff, but they're going to put tweaks on it wherever they want. And they told him to do it with no shirt. They pretty sure that they told him to take because he's got teeth, like
fill-ins.
He's got whatever you call them,
Denture type things.
Dentures. But they told him to leave him out, have the shirt off.
That's bizarre.
Because they wanted that shock value. They wanted, they want to create drama. They wanted that Jerry Springer type feel to it, But that's what happens.
Yeah, no.
What are we drinking tonight?
2017 Pinot Grigio.
Pinot Grigio.
Which is phenomenal.
It is really good.
Really nice, isn't it?
Is it a Monachino?
Monachino.
Yeah.
It is.
No, it's very good. Nice and light.
Fruity.
Fruity. So, It's so weird. He's staring at that chair over there.
No, you don't even need to keep him in camera tonight either.
No.
Just get rid of this chair
It's-
completely.
Yeah, it's just he always seems to sneak out of the camera anyway. So, all right. So what do we got in the world? Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with Kim Jong Un or do you want to start with the women? Let's start with Kim Jong.
All right.
All right. I didn't give you a choice there.
I don't care. About it. We're just having a yarn.
So he's made an appearance. He's back in the public. He's like, I'm cool. Everything's good. Don't know what you're on about.
Yep.
People are still kind of picking it apart a little bit because they're saying that I've got some notes here. So he reappeared on state-run TV and he cut the ribbon of a new what was it, a fertilizer plant that had opened, and he was in good spirits and all that kind of thing. But people are still saying that there's something not quite right because they're saying he's not walking correctly, saying he's walking a bit funny, and so no one really knows what's going on.
He's
with him.
always looked a bit fucked though, hasn't he?
Well,
Like he doesn't. He looks like an emoji that someone created.
Yeah,
He looks.
he looks like the thing off Team America.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what he looks like.
He does.
They didn't. He's not a very healthy looking bloke.
No. See how it's fucking. He's like the one shape the whole way down. His head's
Yeah.
as fat as his shoulders.
Yeah. But something happened, man. It's not the first time he's done it. He's gone AWOL back in 2014 for 40 days straight. No one seen or heard from him. He did it again in February this year, I believe. I think.
Oh really?
Yeah, he just disappears, man. And I don't know. Like, there's a few theories floating around that he's got gout or he's
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
or he had ankle surgery or like he's definitely wasn't brain dead. Like, who was TMZ were jumping the gun and saying he was brain dead and all these
There's
things.
a heart surgery that
Yeah.
fucked up. Yeah.
And then there was also other theories people saying that the North Korean surgeons were too scared to operate on him to save his life because if they botched it or whatever, so they were waiting for the Chinese to come over and fix it, and then he was dead and all this stuff, and it's a bit silly.
It's so silly, isn't it?
Yeah, but even people love to rag on Trump, but he kind of called it. He said that he thought all those reports were bullshit.
He said it was, from what I know, everything's fine.
Yeah, he goes, I think it's false. I think it's fake news, basically. But even at the height of it all, when all these rumors were circulating, even the U.S. intelligence, they didn't know anything, or they didn't let on that they knew anything. But yeah, he's popped back out and he's like, hey guys, it's all good.
Everything as you were, almost.
Yeah. But people were kind of saying that, when they were speculating that they thought that, he was dead or he was dying, they're like, who's going to take over next? And his sister was waiting in the wings. Her name, I'm going to find out her name. And they were warning that she could be even worse than him.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Her name is Kim Yo-jong. And she looks like...
They really need to try a little bit harder with their names here, don't they?
She looks like a movie villain.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Something
she's
out of
just got
Bond?
that. She's just got that look. Yeah, like a Bond movie villain. And they were worried about her. They said that she could be even more volatile than he was.
Jesus.
Yeah, so good old North Korea.
Fucking keeping themselves relevant constantly, even during this bollocks.
Yeah, definitely.
Unbelievable.
But they also, like I started to do a little bit of digging into North Korea, and everybody kind of knows that the media is controlled by the government over there. Journalists aren't journalists. They're pretty much, they have to defend the party, and that's it. Otherwise, you're not getting any job.
Yeah, and you're probably going to get killed off.
Get
really
fed
quickly.
to the sharks.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing is they don't have, so the people that live in North Korea, they don't have access to normal global internet like we do. It's like a state-run intranet.
Mm-hmm.
So you can imagine the propaganda that they...
They wouldn't be allowed to search for whatever they wanted to search for.
No, you can't.
God,
There's none of that
definitely.
over there. Do you remember the stories that were going around? And these were debunked, obviously. There were stories going around back... You'll know this. Well, you should. You didn't know who Peter Drury was, but
Yeah.
you should know this being a soccer fan. Remember when they were in the World Cup and they had a round, was it round 1 against Brazil?
Who?
North
Who we
Korea?
talk- North
North
Korea.
Korea?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was stories going around that were published in the West saying that, because they've got this state-run internet kind of thing, that they were reporting in North Korea that they beat Brazil and that they won the World Cup and all this thing, and the people were in the dark thinking, oh my God, we won. It wasn't true.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
There was more stories as well going around that they were like things that you'd read in The Onion, but they weren't. And they were like, there was ones where they were saying that all the men in North Korea were forced to have a Kim Jong-un haircut. They all had to have the same haircut. Again, it was bullshit, but kind of funny.
Yeah. Did you see that movie with Kim? It was based about him. I think it was called The Dictator. Was it The Dictator?
No, that wasn't about him, was it?
The interview, The interview.
The interview, yeah.
Was it Seth?
Yeah, with
Rogen?
Seth Rogen and James Franco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. So funny.
The Dictator was a good one too, though.
Yeah, Dictator was a good one.
But yeah, North Korea. Get with it, mate.
Absolutely mental.
It's insane.
They're wired to the fucking moon. But if that's all you know, I suppose they don't know no different.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, it's any country that has a dictatorship like that, you're never going to get free speech, or the truth is always going to be censored and controlled. And
you look at how much, even we're not that sort of country, but how much is censored, controlled here.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, put that in the complete opposite end of it. Put it in the flip side. Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
You're told what to say, when to say it, when to turn up, when not to turn up.
People are too scared to speak out in those situations, and yeah, it doesn't. Look, you can rule with an iron fist, man, and it works. It does. Fear-driven leadership definitely works. So you've seen it over and over again, but it doesn't. Obviously, you can command respect, and you'll get it in the short term, but it's not the best thing.
People see through it really quickly.
Well, they see through it, and eventually you'll get overthrown.
Yeah.
It happens. It's happened. Dylan Kennedy, that's a pretty personal question. Oh, Dale McWalter asked, how much wine can you drink until it's labelled as a problem? Well,
it's only a problem whenever you run out, Dale.
Yeah, well, we won't run out because we got a literal wine cellar downstairs.
That's a pretty personal question. Who was that? Dylan Kennedy.
Dylan. The limits are flexible in ISO. Yes, that is true. The limits that you can drink. Everybody can drink a little bit more when we're all locked up at home. I've got to ditch this jacket. This jacket is the
tepid.
warmest jacket. They're the best. I buy them for work.
Oh, yeah.
The big Caterpillar jackets.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, lovely. But they get you super hot straight away.
It's not too bad in here now.
It's good in here now. You get half a glass deep and all of a sudden
you start to get a little bit more perky.
I feel like there's a little fireplace on the wall there.
That's all we need, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking log fire.
We could do that. We could get that going.
We'll just get a couple of holes through the roof. Get a Canara put in.
We can do whatever we want. Christopher James asks, how do you guys feel about jiu-jitsu in ISO?
Oh, God.
You want to ask that to Ryan?
I'm fucking 0-2 now.
0-2. So for those that don't know, Ryan's decided to become a professional grappler. And the last couple of live streams we've done, he's a
little bit of Dutch courage under the belt. And it's like, all right, let's roll, Jimmy. Let's roll.
He's wanting to have a bit of a roll. With zero experience, he's just jumped in the ring, and he's 0-2 at the moment. So he's got a broken toe?
Broken toe, carpet burned the fuck on my elbow.
And a bit of a black eye. You can't see
Shiner on my right eye.
He's got a bit of a I didn't give you that, though.
I think I was Big Mark.
Big Mark.
Big Mark. Nearly ripped my fucking face apart.
I was actually dying when he got you in that rear naked choke. I didn't know he knew how to do it.
Me either. But it was a chin crank, so he cranked.
It was a crank,
see here, there's a bruise on my chin. So he was cranking my chin, and this fucking idiot here is sitting there going, there's no choke there. I'm like, he's about to take my jaw home with him. I need that.
I didn't realize he had the so when he took you back, he had both hooks in.
I couldn't get out.
He had the hooks in. No, you could have.
Yeah, I couldn't have.
I suppose with not much experience, you probably had a bit of trouble.
Experience.
It's like, I swear he's practiced that one before, because it was in tight,
and he had good double hooks in everything. Like
I was dying, man. He had double hooks in. He had but he did the right thing. So he had the the arm wrapped. I'm going to switch so people can see. He had the arm wrapped around the neck, and then he had the connection, but he didn't do the mistake where a lot of people do, and they put the top hand on the top of the head.
Yeah.
Because that's, you just grab it and rip it down.
Yeah.
He actually hid that hand behind your neck.
And I couldn't.
And it was
get
in.
to it. Yeah.
It was in. And I was like, I didn't teach you that.
Yeah.
I think he's been going to Orion Jiu-Jitsu behind my back. Been training there because it looked like it was in very tight, and you looked in all sorts of trouble.
I was in a bit of strife, man.
You were in all sorts of trouble.
Nearly fucking ripped my chin off.
It was awesome.
End
But
up with a black eye for good measures.
speaking of jiu-jitsu, have you seen the my mate Dale McWalter has been sending me Submission Underground, man. Chael's been running them.
Yeah. Actually, I seen a couple the other day.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Yeah, he's
Who was competing last weekend?
at
there was a
Submission Underground.
Yeah, there was a couple of really good fights.
Well,
Or-
old Craig Jonesy, as we
Mm.
call him in Australia, he's
Yeah.
tearing through everybody. He's
Yeah.
undefeated in Submission Underground, I think Ox was saying.
I've went right back and started watching all The Ultimate Fighter from
Yeah.
like day dot.
They were cool.
Starting
I
off.
remember watching them years ago. I used to download them on what was that download website we used to use?
LimeWire.
Yeah, it was LimeWire, I reckon. We used to download all the Ultimate Fighter every week when they'd come out. We'd download them.
I went
Craig
through-
Jones. Is that what I said? I said Craig Jones, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah, Jonesy. But he's tearing it up. I didn't realise this until Ox told me. He's beaten Jake Shields
Yeah.
at Submission Underground. He's beaten Gilbert Burns.
Fuck. Gilbert Burns is a
They're
monster.
huge. They're
He's a
huge scalps.
monster.
Absolutely. He held his own against Demian Maia.
What was his
When he
last
beat
fight?
him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he beat
last
him.
fight. Yeah.
Yeah, but on the ground, he held his own. And the people like Eddie Bravo was even saying that I'm still on myself. I got to switch back. Eddie Bravo was even saying that, because he still actively competes in jiu-jitsu competitions where Demian Maia doesn't. So he was saying, if you're going to put them in Abu Dhabi against each other, he goes, you'd almost give the edge to Gilbert Burns, and that's saying something, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Gilbert Burns is massively underrated.
I think he is
He's
He-
great.
phenomenal, and he's a man mountain. Look at him, man. He's
He's got a great
Jesus.
build. He was, I think his trajectory, his career trajectory was going really well until he had that little stumble against Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
And
then did he
Hooker beat him.
lose his next one as well, or no?
I don't know. I don't
thought-
think he did. I'm gonna check that out now.
Yeah, have a look.
Gilbert Burns. Here we go. He is a weapon.
Yeah, man.
I remember you made a pretty bold statement.
This will be good.
You made a bold statement to me in Messenger. What did you say he was going to be a champion within a year?
Yeah.
You predicted him
Yeah,
champion within
I
a year?
do. I
Could
reckon he
happen.
might do it, man.
Could happen. He's good. He's good enough.
He's just a he's a beast.
He's absolute weapon. So he lost to Dan Hooker.
Mhm. Look at what Dan Hooker's went on to do.
Dan Hooker's
Fuck
a
me, man.
weapon. And he got
Jesus
knocked out. He
Christ.
got caught and he got knocked out. Dan Hooker was on a mad roll as well.
Yep.
Then he bounced back. He beat Olivier Aubin Mercier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do they call him? OAM?
Huh.
Whatever. He was meant to be the Canadian. He was meant to be the next GSP.
Yeah.
But didn't quite happen that way.
I like OSP. He's a fucking smasher.
OSP is cool.
He's on next weekend. 2
Yeah.
weekends. Yeah.
Yep. So he beat Olivier Aubin Mercier in a decision. He submitted Mike Davis after that. He beat Alexei Konchenko after that. He decisioned Gunnar Nelson, and then he knocked out Demian Maia.
Yep.
So he's going well, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Still got to beat. For me, look, Demian Maia is a good scalp, but he's at the end of his career. He could cancel him out with the jiu-jitsu. He's always going to have the stand-up advantage against Demian Maia. I'd like to see him beat, before I go saying he's going to be a champion within a year, I think he needs to beat somebody with a bit more merit.
Whenever I predicted he will be a champion, but like in this year, I didn't see fucking Corona coming.
Yeah, well, that's got to put it back.
Because that's going to put it back.
It's going to be your saving grace.
Yeah. For like maybe a year and a half.
Matt Bennett. Hi, guys. Just wondering Ryan's jiu-jitsu win-loss ratio. We've just discussed that. He's 0-2. He's had a bad start. We're going to have to get him a jobber. We're going to have to find him somebody that he can beat for his bounce back.
Get my dog up here. Have a
I'd almost pick Lenny at this point. So let's talk about, before we go into anything else, let's talk about the next UFC card.
Oh man, fuck me.
Oh, boy.
It gets me tingly.
Tangly.
It really. Every time something pops up about it, I screenshot it. Look at this, starting to work now.
It's starting to work now, yeah. We're a bit worried about
I
it.
get so excited by this card.
It is a monstrous card. It kind of feels a little bit surreal to me because we've been disappointed a little bit recently. We thought this card was going to happen on a private island somewhere, and that didn't happen. But now that we have...
There's so many upsets that should happen on this card as well. Like, you look at Pettis Cerrone.
Pettis beats Cerrone again.
Definitely. Cerrone's well and truly past it.
He's definitely past his prime. He's just a gatekeeper now. I think they were kind of even using him in that gatekeeper role when they brought Darren Till through.
Yeah.
They fed him to Darren Till in England. It's a big name, Cowboy. Darren Till, way too big for him, too strong, too young, too explosive. Just hammered him before he even got going.
But then Pettis is the opposite of that. Like, he's a little fella. Like, Pettis is smaller. And whenever, in the first fight with Cerrone, the thing with whenever Cowboy's fighting, there's no movement. He stays so center. So if you can close that distance and fight in a phone booth, you'll beat the fight. And with Pettis, you look at what he does. His kicks, he's coming from all different angles.
I think it's that... Look, I'm not an expert on Muay Thai, so I can't really have too much of an opinion on it. But I think the traditional Muay Thai guys, or the Muay Thai fighters, that they have that straight up and down stance. They don't tend to. There's not too much head movement there, or lateral movement. It's very straight up and down. And I think that's why Cerrone's typically struggled against good boxers in the past.
People that move,
and
come at you from angles.
Yep.
I rate Pettis.
Yeah, me too. Pettis is great.
And is it his younger brother?
Sergio. Yeah. He's not in the UFC anymore.
He's in Bellator.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's doing well in Bellator, man.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with him over there. Doing all right, is he?
Yeah, he's doing well, man.
Let's get this card up. We'll talk about this card. Very exciting card.
We'll have a yarn about it.
Oh boy, can't wait.
We're going to do a bit of a fight companion watch.
Yeah, well, we were going to. It's Mother's Day though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, on that same day. So we'll have to see.
See what happens.
Have to see what happens. What do we got?
If not, it'll just be me here.
just be you. Ferguson Gaethje. Let's go from the top.
All right.
What do you see happening in that fight?
It's going to be a fucking tough fight for Ferguson, man. Jesus Christ.
It's going to be a stinger. I'm going to get brain damage just watching it, I think.
I wouldn't go pour a drink.
Nah.
Sit and watch it.
Sit and watch.
Or else you're going to miss out. Fuck me.
I think, look, this is a super tough fight for Ferguson, man.
Because me and you had a bet, because it was supposed to be Khabib Ferguson.
Yes. So we had a $50 bet on Khabib Ferguson.
Yep.
I'm backing Khabib.
And I took Ferguson.
And you took Ferguson. And that's still that's going to happen. That fight will happen.
Unless... Do you want it if Gaethje runs through Ferguson?
It doesn't happen, man.
It doesn't happen.
No, it gets derailed. And that's what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are diehard fans are saying, this could be the greatest fight that we'll never see, or at least not see in their primes when it needs to happen.
Yep.
Because, if Ferguson goes out there against Gaethje and gets like completely steamrolled, which could happen if Gaethje is probably the most brutal leg kicker behind Barboza. If he goes out and starts snapping those legs and then lands it, because Ferguson's hittable.
Oh yeah,
he's been clipped and dropped a few times. Venata dropped him. Pettis hurt him as well. And look, he does some crazy shit when he gets rocked. He does his Imanari rolls and he's still with it. But I think Gaethje hits it's fair to say Gaethje hits a bit harder than Pettis and a bit harder than Venata.
Yep. Well and truly.
But yeah, if Gaethje goes out there and steamrolls him, that fight's on the back burner. Then it's Gaethje Khabib.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm probably not as excited about it.
Oh, I'm still excited. Gaethje was a very good wrestler. I think was he Div 1?
Div 1, yeah.
Great Div 1 wrestler. he might be able to, you know,
I don't think-
stifle
yeah,
a
but-
few takedowns and keep it interesting for a while. And
But what's that? Like he doesn't fight off his back.
But
So
he-
if Khabib's on top of him and just fucking landing bombs
Mm.
or trying to like just overpower him, Gaethje's going to do exactly what he's told on whenever he's on his back. Ferguson, no, he won't. So
Yeah.
I don't even see Gaethje trying to get into a wrestling tussle with Ferguson.
let's not jump too far into the future. Let's stick with Ferguson Gaethje.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see Gaethje trying to jump into a wrestling match with Ferguson.
Oh, not with
No,
Ferguson.
I don't at all.
Nah, and
He's
I don't
gonna
think
stand.
Ferguson forces it either at the start.
No.
I think Ferguson likes to stand and bang.
He's just as good standing up.
Yeah, he's dangerous.
Yeah.
Those elbows and
Spinning back fist.
yeah,
Everything
He's
is
very
coming at you.
unorthodox. Like very, he's like almost a little bit like he's dangerous, like John Jones used to be.
Yeah, whenever
Where
he
he can
first
hurt
got
you
in,
with anything.
Yep.
He'll hit you with anything.
Yep.
But I really think that Ferguson's going to be the favorite. I feel like the
think he
betting
is.
favorite. He has to be the favorite. He's number one in rank in the world apart from Khabib, behind Khabib. Justin Gaethje's at number 4, but I'm almost leaning towards Gaethje. I'm going to pick Gaethje for this fight, and I think Gaethje knocks him out early. I'm going to go early because the longer the fight goes, typically Ferguson just
He's
gets
got a
better
tank
and
for
better
days,
and
man.
better and better, and he just drowns dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Where Gaethje is also known for putting such a pace on people. You know, he said it in the past, like, I'm going to keep pushing you till your heart goes out. Let's see whose heart, goes out first.
He's not going to be able to, like, Tony's heart isn't going to drop. It's fucking El
So
Kukui.
I think Tony has the best cardio in the UFC.
Yep.
And that's saying something, and that's better than Nate Diaz. I'm saying he's better than who else are cardio kings in the Marab
Oh, yeah.
Davashvili or
Yeah.
whatever his name is. He's a cardio king, but I think in a big fight
Colby
situation, Colby Covington,
Covington, sorry.
weapon,
Yeah.
Kamaru Usman too, man.
Yeah. Just
Like,
goes and goes and goes.
They just go, but I think Ferguson is probably at the top of the heap for me.
I think so. And he's what, 30? Is he 34?
I think he might be older than
Or
that.
36, maybe.
Let me check. You could be right. But I think it's a dangerous fight.
Gaethje's, I think, what's he, 31, maybe?
Well, I'll check out Ferguson first. People are like, come on, mate. Get your stats together. He's 36.
36.
36.
I reckon Gaethje might be 31.
Yeah, I reckon Gaethje's
That's 5
Gaethje's
years
not that
he's got
old,
on.
but fight years, though.
Mm.
He's had his brain scrambled a few times. They both have.
Yeah.
I always spell his name wrong, Gaethje. It's the hardest name to spell.
Try fucking some of those.
Yeah, he's 31.
31.
Yeah, he's born in November like me.
So he's got 5 years on Ferguson.
Yeah, he's 5 years younger.
Mhm.
Yep. Which that's also saying a fair bit too. Ferguson, 36. He's been through
That's your
some.
class.
He's been through some absolute wars. You're only one fight away from getting KO'd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Doesn't matter how good you are. Everyone gets. Look at Anderson Silva.
Everyone gets fucking clipped.
Everyone gets caught eventually. I remember almost not buying his pay-per-views because I thought who's going to beat him, man.
Same as John Jones
You know what I
pay-per-views. I
mean?
look at
Like,
them now and I
no.
go, oh, like, bar that Dominic Reyes.
But how's so we got Dale McWalter? Well, two weight cuts in 3 weeks take it out of Ferguson a bit. Do you really? That's a stupid thing to do when you look at it, isn't it?
I'm sure now he's thinking,
Is he
maybe
though?
I sh-
I don't think he is. He loves it.
I don't know whether it'll take it out of him because once he's cut to that weight, he wouldn't have. You're not doing the big cut again. It's not like you're getting back to your walking around weight.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not going to be blowing back out.
Especially
but,
whenever he knows that he's got a fight in 2 weeks.
but it's a bit unnecessary to do
The
that.
first one was 100%.
It's more mind games. It's more playing mind games with people.
Gaethje was pissed off because he wasn't told about the fight until UFC actually released the card.
Yeah, right.
And I think he might be a little bit pissed off as well that it's not a short notice fight now.
Mm.
So he knows that he's been training for it. He's got a good weight cut. So if he doesn't win, it's because he didn't leave it all in there.
Yeah. Yep. Makes a bit of sense. Christopher James, I want to fuck up Brock Lesnar. Mate, Brock Lesnar would throw you around like a wet towel. Sorry to say.
Fucking big unit.
Um,
I'm gonna go Ferguson.
so you're picking Ferguson.
Yeah,
How
I'm
does he
gonna
win?
go- I reckon he KOs him.
You reckon he
I
KOs
reckon he
Gaethje?
knocks him out. Yeah.
Ooh.
I reckon he KOs him. I reckon he catches him with a spinning back fist or something. Goes to the ground. He gets on top and just grind and pounds the fuck out of it. Gets stopped.
Yeah. So you think maybe he?
I think he's just going to overwhelm him. Gaethje's going to start fast, but Ferguson starts fast as well.
Yeah, Ferguson can match your
Mhm.
pace no matter
Yep.
what. But you know what? What intrigues me is the leg kicks of Gaethje. So, do you remember when Ferguson fought RDA?
Yeah.
And early on, RDA was chopping those legs and hurting Ferguson. You could see he was
Yeah.
limping
Switching
a little bit,
stance.
switching stance.
Yeah.
They were hurting. They were doing damage. For whatever reason, whether he kicked the knee or he hurt himself, I don't know what it was, or whether Ferguson made adjustments and started countering down the pipe, he stopped throwing the leg kicks. And as soon as he stopped throwing the leg kicks, things changed a little bit. And then he was able to just slowly steamroll him
Yeah.
and wear him down. I'm just really keen to see. Gaethje doesn't stop throwing kicks, man.
No. Yeah, no.
He
He's
doesn't
like,
stop.
Definitely not.
And they're going to be, I don't think we've seen anybody apart from Barboza, who was throwing some serious heat at Ferguson. We haven't really seen anyone attack the legs.
Pettis did, but it's Pettis. He's a little attacker.
Yeah, he's little. The power difference is what intrigues me.
Mm.
The power of Gaethje throwing those leg kicks compared to Pettis is more. He's going to throw beautiful technique where Gaethje just hacks.
Yeah.
Like he's going to try and
Putting
hack your
everything
leg
into
off.
it.
Yeah, and he doesn't care. Like he will throw as hard as he can every single time. Like that's what he says. He goes, I want to see whose bones are harder. Like he does not care. He's a scary dude, man.
Yeah.
So I'm picking Gaethje by early knockout. I think I see him just catching him in a bit of a crazy flurry, and I think he clips Ferguson. Ferguson is rocked. He Imanari rolls, and I think Gaethje just ends up on top and just finishes him really fast.
I don't see.
Maybe
it.
controversial too.
I don't. Yeah. I don't
Dillon
see it.
Kennedy, how dare you? Justin Gaethje doesn't get tired. Gaethje's got a great gas tank.
He does have a great tank.
Great gas tank. Give me.
Is it as good as El Kukui? Probably
It's not as good. I don't think anybody's as good as El Kukui, but give me, Dylan, an example of when Gaethje got tired. Do that for me. So you're picking Ferguson.
Yep.
Reckon he knocks him out. What
I think he
round?
knocks him
Early,
out.
mid,
Second, maybe second
round.
or third round.
Okay. Big dirty elbow. Yeah, he does.
I think
love
he
those.
opens up, or it might be like a spinning back fist, or if they're in a bit of a clinch, there's a couple of fucking elbows. I think it goes in. There's too many scenarios where it goes in Tony's favor.
You don't want to be anywhere near them elbows, man.
No,
He scares me.
he's fucking such a weird dude as well, man. Wow, he rocked up with a fucking baseball and fucking
Yeah.
gloves on him.
Yeah, for the
for the
press
Habib
conference
weigh-in.
with Habib. Yeah, strange. He's a
So
strange.
strange.
You only got to look. You only got to Google his mental health battles to know
Yeah.
that he's a different dude. He's got like schizophrenia. He's got all types of
Yeah.
things. Yeah,
That's what makes him who he is.
yeah. He's
He
a
is unbelievable.
different cat.
I love watching him fight. Every time he's fighting, I love it.
I love his cringy promos that he pulls. Too.
Oh no.
Let's move on to the next one. This one is going to be fun. Henry Cejudo
Oh.
versus Dominic Cruz. Dominic the paper mache Cruz.
How long's it been, man?
He's got to be. It's been a while, man.
Fuck.
Dominic Cruz has got to be the most injury-prone fighter of all time, does he?
I would say he would. Fuck, he'd have to be there, eh? He
He's-
wouldn't
he's
have
up
fought in
there.
what, 3 years? 3 years? I think.
Let's find out his last fight. So it's been a while. It was when he lost to Cody Garbrandt, wasn't it? Or has he been back since?
No, I don't think he's been back since the Garbrandt fight.
Wow, that's a
It's
long
three-
time.
I think it's 2 or 3 years. It's the last time I can.
Yeah,
recall him
against
fighting.
Garbrandt. That was back in 2016, December.
4 years.
2016.
Fuck me.
Because he was going to come back and fight. Who was going to fight? And he broke his arm in
Yeah.
training. Yeah, he just
I
keeps
actually-
getting injured.
I like whenever he's fighting. I like his style. I like how he moves around the ring. Like, he sort of tries to bully it into a position where it suits him.
Cruz.
Yeah.
Yep.
Against Cejudo, there's no fucking way. Cejudo walks over him.
Cejudo, people like to discredit him a little bit because he's got that silly persona now, and he's like does the whole cringy thing whenever the camera's on him, and Triple C, and people call him Triple Cringe, and he's a cringy dude, but he's very good.
He's only he moved up, won the belt.
Yeah,
didn't he?
smoked Dillashaw dirty too. Dillashaw was dirty. EPO just pumping in his veins, and he just smoked him.
And it was.
Cejudo doesn't give a fuck. And then he fought Moraes. That was probably the best performance for me. Like apart from the DJ fight where he, that was such a close fight, entertaining fight. I did score it for Cejudo.
Yeah. Very
narrowly, but that was the fight. Like the TJ fight was like, whoa, this guy's just walked through TJ. But what really made me go, wow, this guy is something else. When he fought Moraes, he was getting battered in that first round. I thought if this keeps going the way it is, he's not going to get out of the second round.
Yeah.
Like Moraes was putting on a clinic, just smashing the leg kicks, everything.
Yeah,
Moraes is probably the best single round fighter in the UFC.
But then he ends up being smoked halfway.
He does. He's got one brilliant round in him, and then he gets a bit tired, and he's so
he gets picked apart.
But the way Cejudo just turned that around and just changed the game. Literally went back to his corner, got absolutely decimated in the first round, and goes, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to make this a Mexican dogfight.
Yep.
And just got in his grill, changed everything, dug deep, and just beat him up.
Destroyed.
And made him quit. Beat him up and made him quit. His mental toughness is unbelievable.
I think he destroys Reyes.
I think he beat Cruz.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think he destroys Cruz.
I think he beats Cruz. Like,
Cruz shouldn't even be there. He's not the mandatory. Like, he's not shouldn't be the challenger.
How dare you though?
Well, he should.
Dominic Cruz is one of the greatest of all time. He's lost only 2 fights.
Okay, well,
22
what's
and
he
2.
done in the last 3 years to get him there? Nothing.
In the last, no. Excuse me. You can't put a time frame on. He's been injured.
What about everyone else?
Well, let's go his last 3 fights then.
Okay.
His last 3 fights. So he's beat Dillashaw and he beat Faber and then he lost to Garbrandt.
Yeah.
That's it. He was a you can't say he hasn't done enough.
So, but do you put everyone that's been active on hold because now he's back?
We know it's never worked that way. Unfortunately, it's been that way for a long time. It's who draws and who sells.
And he does sell.
And he does. Like he's a big name. He's been around a long time. They were calling him the greatest bantamweight of all time.
Yeah.
He come back off like a 3-year layoff and beat, TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah.
Dirty as well.
I think he's such an intelligent fighter. His body just doesn't let him do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And that's why it keeps breaking down.
He does lack power as well. Like I think if I don't even know how you beat Cejudo. If you're a bantam, I'm going to put my jacket back on. I don't know. I don't know how you beat it. This jacket. Side note, it's for really, really cold climates. It's too hot to wear. When it's not freezing.
And I'm sitting here and it's balmy in here. It's beautiful.
It's balmy.
It's quite tepid.
But I don't know if you're a bantamweight. I don't know how you beat Cejudo. Or if you're flyweight or a bantamweight, I don't know how you beat him. Like, how do you beat him?
Do you reckon Cejudo drops again? Or do you reckon he just stays?
I don't know.
Because he's a fucking big flyweight.
Who's going to beat him? Who's going to fight him at flyweight? Like, he's chasing the money now, right? Yep. He had that big dispute with the UFC and all those kind of things. So who makes the most sense for him? And I don't think he's going to, I think there's more exciting matchups at bantamweight for him than there is at flyweight. Flyweight, you could kind of see the when he fought TJ Dillashaw, when Dillashaw dropped down.
Yeah.
You could I think it's kind of common knowledge for people that Dana was going to shut down flyweight if Dillashaw beat him. Yeah, it was pretty much done because he got rid of Mighty Mouse the first chance he could. He got rid of him, swapped him out for Ben Askren.
Yeah, and then how'd you go with that one?
Yeah, good old Benny. I don't think it was about that though. I think it was just getting rid of. He just wanted us to get rid of the flyweights.
Yeah,
and then you got Triple C is like not up in here, and just smoked Dana's plans. You
Smoke
could see.
show.
Did you see the face on Dana after Dillashaw lost?
Yeah.
Had a face like a smacked arse. He wasn't happy.
Do you want to read comments for a while while I take a slash? Or do what you want to do?
Boy. All right, so yeah, go for it. Dylan, we're not even an hour in and you're gone for a piss. Yeah, we did. So Dylan Kennedy, okay, no way. Watch him bang against Alvarez. He was throwing the slowest, most laboured shots. And Ferguson will take him so much deeper than Alvarez did. I love Gaethje. I think Ferguson is taking a huge risk fighting him before Khabib. Yeah, that Alvarez fight, was that went in the, was that over in the 4th round? I think it was the 4th round knockout, wasn't it? Alvarez. But you got to, that's not your normal, and I understand it's going to be an absolute slugfest with Ferguson as well. But Gaethje has changed the way he fights. After he got beaten by Alvarez and then he got knocked out in his next fight again, was it after that he lost again? He has changed the way he fights. He's a little bit more measured, a little bit more technical.
Conservative as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think any fight like that, you fight that Alvarez fight was an absolute. I was sore just watching it, and I think anybody gasses in a fight like that. Like you look at the volume that they're throwing out there. You know, I think his cardio's good. I think his cardio's fine. I think it's where it needs to be. I don't think he's going to beat him in a five round, point fight against Ferguson.
No.
I think he needs to finish him, but I think he's got all the tools plus more to finish him. Ox, will he move up to fight Volkanovski if Volkanovski gets past Holloway again? So Cejudo has said that he wants to go up and fight Volkanovski. Do you reckon they'll let that happen?
Nah.
I think he's a little bit too small.
I can't see him dropping back to flyweight. I think he'll just stay at bantamweight. If he stays at bantamweight, has another 3 fights. How old is he?
Cejudo.
Cejudo.
Let's have a look.
Be 30s as well, wouldn't
Yeah.
he? 32, 33 maybe.
Henry Cejudo, age. How old are you, Henry? 33.
33. Close.
Still in his athletic prime.
Yeah, but probably not going to be moving up and down divisions.
I don't think so. I don't think he goes up. I think
Volkanovski's a fucking animal, mate.
Hang on a minute. Weren't they going to give? Wasn't Cejudo going to fight Aldo?
Yeah, well,
What happened there?
Aldo is out of the country. I think Aldo's primed to fight on Fight Island, not in Florida.
That's a fun fight, but Aldo's gas tank it worries me.
I think Aldo's fucking done.
No, you can't say he's done.
I think so. What was the last one he fought? Was it fucking?
Yeah, and he won that fight.
Yeah.
I think he won that.
I
fight.
think he won that fight.
But then you can't say he lost 2 fights. So he lost to Conor, which was a flash knockout.
Yeah.
Which was,
But
looking back, it was such a travesty. Like I wanted to see that fight go a bit longer.
Yeah.
But anyway, he lost that fight. Then his next losses were he lost back to Holloway.
Yeah.
Right, which Holloway is going to beat him
champion
9 out of 10 times. It's just he's got the style, he's got the gas tank,
Yeah.
he's got the height, the reach, everything. But then he comes back and just starts blowing dudes out of the water again.
Yeah.
So you can't. He's definitely not done, man. He's
Don't
only
think he
young,
can-
so he's not even that old, man. Aldo's only 33. He's got plenty of time.
He should have won the last fight.
Yeah, I think I scored it for him, and I think most people did. Even Dana was so pissed. He said, we're giving him the next shot.
Well, Cejudo sent him Dana a message that night, didn't he? During
Yeah.
the night, and he was like, Aldo gets the next title shot.
Yep.
But yeah, I think because he's out of the country, he doesn't get that gig.
Yeah, well, obviously not, because they've made it against Cruz. So
what's your predictions in this?
okay, I think Cejudo. I think Cejudo. Does he knock him out?
I think it goes the distance. Or it'll be like later on in the latter rounds.
I reckon Cejudo wins like 49-46.
Yeah, quite comfortably.
I reckon comfortably.
Yeah. But going to the judges' scorecards?
Because Cruz is never knocking him out.
No.
Cruz
No,
is
no,
not knocking
no.
anybody out.
But then again, it could be a quick blitz where Cejudo comes out and just fucking demolishes him.
I can see Cruz being knocked out.
Yeah.
Because Garbrandt had him on toast a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't see Cruz generating enough power to knock out Cejudo.
No. The only thing that'll get him through the fight is his fight IQ, which I think is
Yeah,
phenomenal. I
yep.
think it's so good, man.
Yeah, I think he'd be very super technical like he always is.
Yep. That's the only reason I can see it going the distance as well.
How old is Cruz, man? I reckon he's Dominic Cruz. I reckon he might be
36 or some shit.
He's 35.
35, yeah.
And he's been inactive for so long.
Coming back after 4 years now?
4 years, man.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's too much. There's too much uncertainty around him. Like I could never. You gotta only. You're only as good as your last fight, and he hasn't been around. Like, who knows if he might have declined in 4 years. Like, he's 35 now, so I think he loses. I think he loses comfortably.
I think he loses quite convincingly.
What do we got after that? Oh, this one's gonna be over fast. Francis Ngannou against Jairzinho Rosenstrike.
Bomb.
Ouch.
City.
Ouch. I think Ngannou first round slaps the lips off him. I think if you're sitting in the third row, you might be able to catch them lips.
Yeah.
As he just big shovel uppercut.
You don't go to the fridge for a beer on this fight. Fuck me.
I think
blink and you miss it.
I think Rosenstrike is getting a bit of I think he's a little bit overrated. I do. He beat Overeem in the dying seconds when he was losing that fight.
He was losing that fight.
I think he got so much hype because of the injury that he caused. You know, with busting old Overeem. Is there anyone more unlucky than Overeem?
I don't think so.
Like, has anybody been knocked out more in the UFC than Overeem? I don't think so.
No, I wouldn't think so.
There's no cardio will not be required for this one. That is 100%.
Definitely not. Jesus.
Dylan Kennedy, they should make Cejudo versus Shevchenko. That was funny. I love that whole back and forth on Twitter between them two. Yeah. No, cardio definitely will not be required for that one. Then we have, so I'm picking Ngannou first round.
Yeah, I'm probably looking at Ngannou second.
He's just
second with a knockout, man.
You know what blows my mind about that dude is, how do you beat somebody that literally has that? Like, I know we've said it about Deontay Wilder, where he has that one punch game changing. See you later. Like fuck you, power. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But even more so in the UFC, and more so with Francis Ngannou, he's landed punches on dudes where he's just grazed the back of their head.
And they went to sleep. They're down.
And they're down, man. Like he did that to JDS.
Yeah.
He did it to when he beat him twice. What's his name? Curtis Blades.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't even have to land flush, man. He just throws, and if he just clips you anywhere around the head.
Yeah.
Cain Velasquez, he did the same thing. That wasn't a clean shot.
And Cain is fucking.
Cain's knees just buckled. Forget about it. He's only got to partially land on you, and that's
so
scary,
much strength, man.
Like, you look at Deontay Wilder in boxing. I think it's a bit different as well. Where he's got that game changing power, but they're such technicians and like they're masters at their craft, right? These guys. There we go.
There we go.
It's
That's
working.
the first fucking.
It's slow tonight though, isn't it? It's slow.
Maybe because it's cold in here though.
Yeah, that's right. I think that, you know,
they are technicians.
So the chances, like, he's going to land that shot, but he's not knocking you out with a graze or a glancing blow like Ngannou is doing to people. It needs to be
flush.
Because you got the 4 ounce gloves as well.
Mm-hmm. Needs to be flush.
So Deontay's landing flush. He's knocking dudes out. Yeah. He's not knocking them out off a graze.
No.
And Ngannou's doing that.
Yeah.
So
he's going to walk straight through.
I think he is. Like, I don't think Rosenstrike has he's got power as well, but not enough to scare Ngannou.
I don't. Well, fuck. Look at.
I don't think he gives a shit.
No, he doesn't. He's going into this. This is a free one for him.
I still think he's going to be a champ. I think he's going to be a heavyweight champ.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I usually would always side with the guys that have experience and stuff, but when you got power like he has, you almost you need it, but it's not as important because he's, like I said, he's only got to glance. He's only got to
It's done.
graze anywhere around your head, and you're in big trouble. Like even Stipe, I remember when Stipe just absolutely manhandled him for 5 rounds. He rocked Stipe as well, like in like 3rd or 4th round. He was super gassed.
Yeah.
And he just threw this big laboured shot and landed partially, and Stipe was on on jelly legs.
What's going on?
He's very scary.
See, DC is looking to make his retirement fight or his comeback.
Is he? He's meant to fight Stipe.
Yeah, that's what he's talking
Yeah.
about. And they're going to fight in a empty stadium.
They are.
Well, that's what they're talking about now. Chael's fucking cracking it over it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's like, you can't come back. That can't be your like finishing fight. You come back and fight with no fucking audience. I think DC just wants to come back because he's getting fucking big. Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen him.
DC's getting a bit pludgy.
A few too many southern barbecues.
I think so. Fucking, if he lands though, he can rock.
He definitely can.
He
He's
can rock,
he's
mate.
a little wombat,
Mm-hmm.
but super strong.
So strong, man.
Yeah.
So strong.
But-
I like DC.
I really like DC.
Yeah.
I remember when the whole Jones feud and him was going on, and everyone used to boo him, and it took a while for people to come around
Yeah.
to DC.
Because
Which I think is a bit unfair. Like, he's such a good dude, man.
he's such a nice fella. Like, that's how he
I've
comes
always
across.
said, if I could pick 2 fighters, like if there's any 2 fighters I could have for a barbecue,
Yep.
it would be Matt Serra
Oh, yeah.
and DC.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Oh, good.
And if you got Matt Serra, you got to have Ray Longo with him.
Yeah.
you imagine them two? That'd be the best. That'd be awesome. I was actually tweeting Ray Longo when he was in Australia, and I was at the fights, and I said, "Hey man, we've got to catch up." And he's like, "Let's make it happen." And he was like tweeting me back, "Let's make it happen." And we couldn't make it happen, unfortunately, but that would have been so cool.
Yeah, that would
man.
have been fucking awesome.
Yeah, because he got really bad jet lag. Ray Longo
Oh, yeah.
had really bad jet lag, and he wasn't doing too well. And plus, Ally Quinter got his ass handed to him,
Yeah, he
so it
got
probably
his
killed the
box
mood a
knocked
little
in.
bit too. I didn't want to go out for pizza after that. So we can blame Ally Quinter. Thanks, man.
Fucking ruining my best night ever.
Thanks for ruining it. Jesus. Then we've got Jeremy Stevens, Calvin Cater. I'm picking Calvin Cater, man.
Yeah, Stephen gets his bollocks knocked in, I think.
Calvin Cater's very good.
Look at what his wins that he's been. The only person he's been beat by is what? That Zabit? Zabit's a
No,
fucking.
Did Zabit beat him?
I think he did.
Let's have a
He
look.
beat Jeremy Stevens. Zabit beat Jeremy Stevens. I think he beat Cater as well.
So
I might be talking bollocks though.
Calvin Cater, yeah. So his last fight, he's coming off a decision loss to Zabit.
Yeah.
But before that, he beat Ricardo Lamas.
Yeah. Was it-
Chris Fishgold TKO'd him. And going back further, he lost a decision to Renato Moicano, who's a beast.
Mhm.
And he's also beat Shane Burgos and Andre Feely. So he's good, man.
Yeah.
I reckon he wins.
I think he wins as well.
Yep.
Zabit is walking through that whole division though, yeah?
Yeah,
Like-
he is, but I worry about his cardio is not there.
Oh, no way, man. Definitely not. He struggles. Once you take it past the
Yeah.
second, he's fucked.
And how's he going to go in a 5-round fight against?
Once it goes for a championship rounds, there's no
You
way
put him
you're
against a
done.
Max Holloway or Volkanovski.
No, Dunsky.
Forget about it. Then we've got Greg Hardy versus Jorgen De Castro. Does Greg Hardy get to take his asthma puffer this time?
How pissed off was Dana with that?
Yeah. Come on, man. What are you doing?
You can't fucking play around at that, you moron.
What are you doing? I felt a little bit sorry for him in that thing because, like, it blew me out. I'm like, I didn't realize that elite level athletes like him can have asthma.
Mm.
I just never really thought about it. But yeah, I think, I suppose it is people are saying, oh, he shouldn't have been able to have it, this and that. I'm like, yeah, but it's not really an advantage for him because he's already got a massive disadvantage because he's got asthma. It's only just helping him breathe like a normal person.
Yeah, but
Like,
I don't know. I don't still feel like I feel like you shouldn't be allowed to do it there. And if you've got asthma, then that's unfortunate. Maybe don't compete
too bad.
because well, exactly. If you're gasping for your breath after you come out for the round, that helps. Having an inhaler.
Yeah.
So you've got one up on your opponent almost instantly.
So Dale said, didn't the official say he could take it after he asked the corner? Yeah, there's a bit of a grey area there. So that the official didn't say, yes, you can have your inhaler. He just didn't say anything. I think Greg Hardy said, can I have my inhaler? And the corner said, yeah, can I have it? And then he said something like, I remember it wasn't as black and white. Like the official didn't say, yes, you can have it.
Yeah.
He said something like, he didn't really say anything. He didn't say no.
I think it was an open-ended question.
He didn't say no, you can't have it. So there was a bit of a grey area. There was a bit of an argument there. But in that moment, he
in the press.
They didn't say no, you can't have it though.
Dana was furious.
Yeah, he was
Absolutely furious.
Yeah.
You knew as well, like whenever you're watching it and you see him taking it, it looks wrong. Because I've watched UFC for such a long time. Like I've never seen someone be like, "Puffer, can I have my
how weird was it?"
Inhaler?
Yeah, but DC just couldn't get over it. Remember?
Yeah,
like
he was going. He was.
You
going
can't do that. You can't do that. He was losing it. But I'm gonna pick Greg Hardy just purely on the fact that I don't really know too much about Jorgen De Castro, and I think they're still trying to build Greg Hardy.
Yeah, I think Hardy gets over him,
and he's good, man.
I don't know if he gets over him really comfortably. I think it might go to a decision.
That natural athleticism that he has, he's quick for a heavyweight.
Yep.
He's quick. He's athletic. I rate him, man. I think he's all right. Darren Sheridan, guess who's back? Dazza.
D-Dog.
Dazza. But I'm going to pick Greg Hardy.
Yeah, I reckon Hardy goes.
Hardy.
We should my idea earlier on before you just went live on me without me even being able to fucking tell you. I come in here with all my ideas. I'm like, can I plug a charger in?
I had to set up, man.
I
had to set up. Shit's like people don't realize, man. This going live, it's there's a bit to set up in the studio.
You rocked up 6 minutes before we went live. You fuckhead.
Yeah,
it's not like he was here hours before.
Got to hit the lights. You got to set all the camera angles up. You got to do. There's a lot. Yeah, a lot you got to do, man.
We had 3 minutes to spare. I told him I had an idea, and he was like, "I'll just wet my lips."
Wet my lips.
We should have a punt, and then we keep a kitty going.
I'm listening.
We keep a kitty going.
A kitty.
Yeah, like a little kitty. So we go through. We only do UFC.
Yeah.
So we just do like UFC. Go through the card, pick out a couple of punts, do an accumulator, and then maybe do 2 or 3, a couple of bucks each, $5 each, $10 each, and then just keep a kitty going.
And then
the end of the year.
What do we do with the kitty?
Get fucking slashed on it. Pay me back for all the wine that I bring.
So you actually want to put bets on?
Yeah.
The TAB
or sports bet, or there's other sporting broadcasters out there.
Yeah.
There's other betting sites.
All right. Yeah, we can do that. And so the idea is to keep winning.
Yes.
And then we have a kitty at the end, and then we
exactly.
Do something with it.
Yep.
Okay. I've done something similar where you start with $2 and you pick we were doing any sports like tennis and whatever, and you pick like a $2 favorite or above, and then you just keep going until you hit like $500 or whatever you want. I got pretty high at one stage. I got to $500, and then my next bet I was like, yeah, I'm going to pull the pin next bet. And I blew it. And I picked something really easy that someone should have won too, and I was so dirty. Okay, it was like a tennis match. It was like Roger Federer or someone. I'm like, yeah, surely he's going to win. And he shit the bed. So thanks, Roger.
Yeah, we should do that and even put polls up on our Facebook.
Yeah.
So we can get what other people are thinking. Even for this UFC card, if we end up doing anything for it, we'll put polls up, see what they reckon.
I'd like to do something for it.
Oh, I'm into it.
We're going to get, so my good friend Ox is going to come be our fourth man. Yeah. And he was keen.
If Big Mark's back.
Big Mark will be back, I think, by then. Who knows? It's Mother's Day. Maybe none of us will be here.
I'll be here. I'll be here. I just don't know how to set any of this shit up.
Yeah, I know. You'll be in all sorts trying to set this up.
I'll just have my fucking lava lamp going.
Talking into a mic that doesn't work. So the next topic that I wanted to talk about.
Do you want to keep going with that card or no? You finished with it?
Card's finished. That's the main card.
Prelims?
Nah.
You want to do it?
What's on the prelims?
Fucking banging card,
Come
man.
on. It better be good.
Cerrone, Pettis.
They're on the prelims.
Yeah, mate.
Jesus.
The card is fucking Stack City.
Why are they on the prelims?
Well, who do you take off the main card? Maybe that Jeremy Stevens guitar.
Yeah. I think Cowboy.
You're annoyed about that.
No, I'm not annoyed by it, but I think Cowboy Pettis is a better fight.
Do you want
I'm good for now.
Oh yeah? All right.
UFC 249 prelims. How dare I just skip over them, huh?
Fucking hell upset.
But anyone listening, if you haven't been onto our Instagram or our Facebook and followed us, please do that.
Yeah, definitely. And share it. If we can even share this live if you
Yeah, go to
sitting
YouTube. So I'll put a YouTube link in our Facebook, and also I think if you just type in the Trojan Hour, our page comes up because we haven't, we're not big time enough to have an at the Trojan Hour on YouTube yet. But subscribe to that, and when we get 500 followers on our Facebook page, we're going to drop another $50 to somebody. So get on that. What do we got? Prelims. Here we go. So prelims. Anthony Pettis, Donald Cerrone. I think Pettis knocks him out.
Walks
First or
over
second round.
Walks over.
Yep, I think so. Alexei Oleinik, Fabricio Verdum. I thought Fabricio retired, didn't he?
I think was that last year? 2
Yeah.
years ago? Yeah. I think he gets beat anyway.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Why? What's Oleinik gonna do to him?
I think Oleinik's been. I think he's won his last 2 or 3, has he?
Yeah, but Oleinik's a grappler, and Fabricio Verdum is arguably one of the best grapplers in the world.
Bomb. Yeah.
He's not catching Verdum in that. What do they call it? I've fucking forgotten it now. He's not catching him in that submission that he catches everybody in because it's Fabricio Verdum.
Yeah.
If he catches him, okay. If Alexei Oleinik catches Fabricio in a submission and submits him, I'll let you choke me out.
Would you?
Yep.
No, it won't feel as good because you're letting me. I just want to choke you out.
It's not going to happen, man. I think Oleinik's striking is so far behind the 8 ball. I don't see where he beats Fabricio.
What's the age difference in them?
Oh, they're both old as shit, aren't they?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. So we got.
I forget what you call that fucking submission he does, man.
Oh my god, I can't believe I've forgotten it. Ezekiel choke. Thank you, Dillon.
Yeah.
He's not catching Fabricio one of those.
You reckon?
Nah, Fabricio is one of the best grapplers in the UFC ever. He's like an Abu Dhabi champion, bro.
Yeah.
You're not catching him. It's Fabrice. He knows that jiu-jitsu. The jiu-jitsu very good. You're not catch. How old is this Alexei Oleinik? 42 years old. My God.
Yeah.
Fabricio is about 42, though.
Yeah,
40 as well, I think.
The same. Very similar.
Yep, 42.
Yep.
So combined 84 years. It's a yeah.
That's a fucking.
They've let him out of the nursing home.
That's a COVID match.
If either of these guys get COVID, they're in trouble.
Fucked.
But yeah, come on. You're not submitting.
Verdum wins?
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yep. I think he knocks him out. I think.
Do you?
Yeah, 3rd round.
I don't think so.
I reckon.
I don't think there's.
I reckon Alexei's not going to be able to submit him, because Fabricio is better than him. So, I think that cancels out the grappling, and I think that the striking Fabricio has been striking a lot longer than Alexei has.
I think it's
against better guys too.
It'll go if. I reckon I'll go right down to the judges. I'll go down it'll go as a split decision maybe.
Yeah, it could be. It could be a really shit fight.
That's what
too.
It's got written all over it. It's got they cancel each other out. They're both old as shit, but they've got that dad power. That dad fucking you don't fuck with that.
They do that. Dad bods and dad power.
Oh, dad bods have been on a fucking holiday for a while. Got that fucking belly.
Then we've got Carla Esparza, Michelle Waterson. Carla Esparza's come back a little bit, hasn't she?
Mm.
What's she been doing lately? Spending $1,000 on a smoothie. Remember that?
Fucking stupid bitch. What a moron.
Then she was going broke, and she had to sell the Harley. She had to sell the Harley she won on the Ultimate Fighter because she was going broke. And I think Tito
Did she have a expensive habit? You reckon?
No, she's just shit with money.
Just fucking
Literally,
buying
bro.
stupid smoothies.
Her and what's her name? That other chick. I can't. My memory's gone tonight. The blonde chick she was friends with. She fights in the UFC. They call her Little Bulldog. She's shredded, blonde girl. Felice Herrig.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Her and Felice when she won the Ultimate Fighter, they went and spent $1,000 on this sundae, like the most expensive sundae you can buy, and apparently it's got gold
and
flakes
shit
in
on
it
it,
and
yeah.
shit. It's just what a wank. But she bought it, and they were posting it all on Twitter, and look at us. And then she was going broke, had to sell her Harley, and then Tito Ortiz said, "Hey, I'll keep your Harley at my joint for a while. I'll help you out with some money." So good guy Tito comes through,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, then everyone was like,
Just finger bashing her the whole time. What do you reckon?
"Come on, mate."
Pay that Hardy off.
Everybody was sending ripping her apart on social media, showing, like, pulling up the old smoothie photo and going, "This is why you get no fucking
Sunday.
money." Terrible with money.
So with UFC, what do you get? It was a six. You used to start out at
it
a
was
6-figure check.
Yeah,
So 6-figure check could be what? How much do you reckon?
six figure has to be.
Well, it can be 100,000 or it can be 500,000. It's exactly the same.
Was it six figures or was it?
At this, whenever they first started it, it was 6 figures. So it could be 100,000.
Yeah, who knows?
It could be 500,000, but I'm not sure what the actual. They might have changed it up to a milli.
So she
No.
probably shouldn't have blown
Splashed that.
$1,000 on a fucking smoothie. Better taste, like, you'd want it to taste pretty amazing, wouldn't you?
Jesus. Fucking well and truly.
Silly.
Silly fucking Billy.
Her career earnings have been $438,000.
She's pissed it up against the wall.
Yeah, on smoothies. Anyway, what's she been doing with her? She come back and beat the piss out of somebody, didn't she?
She's been winning.
Yeah.
She's been winning for sure.
Who did she beat last? It was someone pretty decent too.
Nunez was supposed to be on this card.
Was she?
And yes, this was
Against
supposed to
Spencer?
Spencer, but because of all this Corona thing, she was like, nah,
Carone.
I'm out.
She's like, nah,
I
I'm
don't
good.
need this.
Alexa Grasso.
Oh yeah.
She
Yep.
she beat her quite convincingly
Yep.
in Mexico City.
And who was before that? Does it say?
Then she beat Virna Jandiroba, who nobody's ever heard of.
And then she was beat before that. I
Yeah,
think, wasn't
Tatiana
she?
Suarez,
Yeah, so,
who beats everybody in that
yeah,
division.
So she came back and won the 2.
Yep.
Yep.
So she's on a two fight win streak, but she looked really good against
In that
Alexa.
last one,
Yep,
yeah.
really good. So
You'd have to give it to her. You have to say,
I think she beats Waterson. I do. I think the grappling. I think her wrestling's pretty good, man. So I picked that. Ooh, Uriah Hall.
yeah, see, this is a good one.
That's exciting, man. These
Faber.
prelims. This is almost like a fight night.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's a good fight night.
Whenever you were like,
yeah.
moving on, I'm like, what about the
Yeah,
prelims,
how
man? It's
dare I?
unbelievable.
Wash my mouth out. Uriah Hall versus Jacare Souza. I think I picked Jacare
Jacare all day.
just because Uriah Hall, you don't know what you're going to get with him. Like, he hasn't been good in a long time.
No.
Uriah Hall. What do you
Jacare.
reckon happened? Do you reckon with him I think it's hugely mental. I think almost if he had been working with a good sports psychiatrist years ago.
Who's he train under? Is it?
I'm going to find out.
Is he in Canada?
I don't think he is.
I'm not sure who he's
Hall.
training under.
Because, watching him when he was on The Ultimate Fighter,
He's a beast.
I remember everybody thinking this guy is going to beat
It's
everybody.
unbelievable, man.
Who's he fighting out of? Under. He's moved into a gym to train for Jacare Souza fight.
So he must have changed up camps for this one.
Yeah, sounds like it. What do we got?
I think he gets his bollocks knocked in anyway. To
Yeah.
be honest with you,
I don't think it matters
I
at this
don't think
point.
his head's in it.
Nah, it never has been, bro.
I think, and you can sort of like you look at certain people on this card, and you're thinking, Dane is doing the ring around, and he's like, I need to fill a card. I need this card to be fucking balling. Let's just get names on it that I know sells pay-per-views.
Yeah,
Hence why fucking Cerrone's back in there. Hence why
he's got that. The thing about Uriah Hall is because I watched him go through the Ultimate Fighter, and I saw that insane knockout when he knocked out that Adam dude, and just like kicked his jaw into the next fucking row. He's always had that potential, right, to be this amazing fighter. So I always kind of, every fight of his, I find myself
intrigued in it.
Still intrigued. Like, is he going to go back to that? Is he going to pull out this crazy knockout? Like, is he going to, because he's capable of it. He's got all the weapons.
Same as John Jones.
Yeah, but John Jones is it's a bit different.
Yeah, but you look at what John Jones can do
I
and what
suppose.
he actually does do.
Yeah, he doesn't do it anymore.
No.
Yeah. So I remember, like, every Uriah Hall fight, I'm like thinking to myself, he's gonna pull something crazy out, and then I'm like, of course he's like, after he loses, I'm like, fucking hell, Uriah.
Every time
You've done it to me again. You just honey dicked me every time. You honey dick me.
I miss the Ultimate Fighter, man. I miss it big time.
Yeah, I think it's run its course, man. To be honest.
Yeah,
I got a bit over it.
I like now being able to watch back and then seeing where they are today as well.
Yeah,
like that's sort of what gets me going within it. Like even watching Michael Bisping whenever he was coming through it. Bisping is fucking unbelievable, man.
Were you in the UK when Bisping was coming through?
Yeah.
Was it a big deal over there?
Not really, man.
Nah.
Because MMA was such a small sport. Boxing back home's huge.
Boxing's huge.
It's not so much.
You guys are ruling the roost at the moment with the boxing.
Oh, see,
Fury and AJ.
Looks like Wilder's going to sit out. They're looking to Eddie Hearn's looking to give him some sit down money.
Good.
So that they can have one good bout this year to
AJ
unify the whole
Fury?
heavyweight. Yeah,
Has to be.
because Bob Arum represents who Joshua was supposed to fight next.
Yeah.
Recall?
Okay.
Joshua's upcoming
Yeah.
fight
What's his name?
Yep.
I'm gonna find that out.
So Bob Arum actually represents him, the fucking little fat fella.
What's his name? Next fight. Hang on a minute. No, that can't be right.
Who's
That's
that?
not right. Pulev.
Pulev.
Yep.
Pulev.
Pulev. That's right.
Yep. So Bob Arum has said, well, let's see if we can sort him out with a bit of money so that he'll step aside for Joshua.
Mm.
And then Wilder will step aside for Fury. And then we can get this going. And it looks like they're either going to fight in China or Abu Dhabi.
China.
Bro,
I will die in the ass if AJ fights Fury.
Man.
Oh my God. It needs to happen.
That'll be the biggest fight of my life that
I think
that
so.
I could recall.
Yep. I think so. Me too.
That I could actually look back. Like I've watched tapes back of proper boxing bouts. Like there was Joe Frazier or someone like that, like proper boxing, but I don't recall any of that.
It's not the same for us too, because
you didn't live through their career.
You're not living through the whole build up and you're not watching the press conferences. No. It's not in real time. I really think that, yeah, you're right, man. If AJ fights Fury in their primes too, really, like realistically, not like a Pacquiao Mayweather when it happened years too late.
Fucking pointless.
It happened years
too
late.
Massive money.
Oh, like huge numbers. I remember like it was a massive. I wasn't even a boxing fan at that time, really. Like I was only a bit of a casual. But man, it happened too late.
Yeah.
Like this fight now, AJ Fury has to happen.
It's been such a long time. You think about it, that the UK now has all the belts over there.
Yeah, they do.
There's nothing in the States now.
No.
WBC, WBA, everything's over there.
All the belts.
Yeah, that's good. It's where they belong.
Oh, I'm loving heavyweight boxing. Like that.
Heavyweight boxing at the minute, man, is unbelievable.
How good is it?
Shit.
It's as good as it's ever been.
Even
almost.
I'm not even upset. Like, I want to see Dillon White against Ruiz. I think Dillon White destroys him.
Dillon White is
Dillon
White. Sorry. He's very good, man.
Man, he's unbelievable. Throws
He's
down.
only lost to AJ, right? Is that all he's lost to? I'm sure that's all he's lost to.
Yeah, maybe.
He's a weapon, man.
Last fight,
and he
heavy.
He looked heavy, didn't he?
He was heavy, man. He was so heavy, but he's been training like fucking Portugal at the minute.
And he had AJ really hurt too.
Oh yeah,
and he beat AJ in the amateurs.
Well, Eddie Hearn represents Dillon White and AJ, and anytime that they're talking about it, it's like, oh, your favorite, because he knows AJ's his favorite. And he goes, no, we're just mates, Dillon. We're mates.
I like this. I love that interview where Dillon White was talking about Deontay Wilder after he lost to Fury.
Yeah.
And he was losing his shit when they brought up the suit that was too heavy.
He pissing himself laughing.
Yeah. No, the UK boxers, man, they got it on lockdown at the moment.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Cannot not wait for it.
So Dale has said, so Darren Sheridan said, can I call it a tag team with Ryan and me versus you?
I need all the help I can get, man. Truthfully. Want to pass your glass over?
Dale said, Sousa's striking has improved. He should win by KO against Ryan Hall. I think so too.
Yeah, I think so.
Dylan Kennedy said, AJ deserves that fight, and I think he'll do better than a lot of people give him credit for.
I
love AJ. What do we got here?
Shiraz.
Shiraz. Jesus. Take me out for dinner first.
Yeah, I think if AJ... I'm just more excited, okay? So if AJ brings what he brought to Ruiz 2, and if Fury brings what he brought to Wilder Fury 2.
You got one of the best fights.
The best fight you'll ever see. Because AJ against Ruiz, I don't think I've seen a more... It was just so simple, but it was simple things done well. He sat behind his jab constantly. Sat behind his jab. Kept him... And he should have done that in the first fight. But he thought it was going to be a walkover. Ruiz closed that distance really quickly.
Yeah.
And started to light him up. And
Joshua was never recovered. He never recovered from that shot to the ear.
Yeah.
He was never the same after that.
No.
And to be fair, he did drop Ruiz pretty nicely as well. And he probably thought, he's got that great killer instinct. And when he gets you hurt,
delicious.
I don't know about that. I'll tell you in a minute. When he gets you hurt, he nearly always finishes you.
Yeah, but it's no different to if we're looking at a UFC fight, once you hurt someone, is the best thing to rush in straight away? Not really.
But it's worked for him so much, though.
Yeah, but you should, he should have just backed himself from what actually got him to the dance. So, and went again. Let's start. We start again right now. And then you sit back behind your jab. Yep. You start to pick him apart again. Eventually, you're going to overcome him. You're going to just destroy him.
He's got some man. I've gone back in because all his fights are on YouTube. He's got the rights to his own fights. Yeah. They're all on YouTube.
AJ Boxing's also.
Yeah, man, he has some exciting fights. He's the fight with him and oh my god, Klitschko.
Fuck man,
Vladimir Klitschko. The fight with him and
down.
Oh, what a! Can you imagine being there at the Wembley Stadium when they were Wembley Stadium? Yeah. The atmosphere was unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
I watched it at home and I just cranked the volume.
It's so fucking good.
Just because I wanted to feel
that
that
atmosphere.
percentage
of that atmosphere.
Bro, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. But if that fight happens,
I think it'll happen this year. I think they're trying their fucking hardest at the minute to make that fight.
I didn't want to see the
Wilder's
rematch.
dumb, man. Fuck me. How many matches do
you
want?
Learn how to box.
Hold on a second. It's like me trying to roll with you again tonight. It's not going to happen.
He hasn't changed anything.
Do you know what? Because I'm 0-2 still.
But you haven't changed anything.
I haven't changed a single thing.
That's the thing. And that's the thing with Wilder. He was surrounded by fucking yes men.
Yeah.
Right? You saw how he nearly sacked that poor bugger that saved him and threw the towel in.
And he's the only professional boxer in his corner.
He's the only one that cared about him.
He's the only professional boxer in his corner.
Exactly.
He actually fought, man. He understands fighting.
He's the only one that cared enough to say, I'm going to look after this kid because he's done. What do you think happens if he didn't throw the towel in? Fury beats the fucking
ears
off him.
He ends up with CTE. He ends up with fucking massive brain damage.
Bro, but the thing, he was as soon as he lost that fight, it was, this is why I didn't win. Excuse.
But whenever
he
Fury
did what I
lost,
did when I lost in competition. I said it's because I
last
didn't
week
train
whenever we
hard
were
enough. I
sitting
didn't do
here.
this. Yeah, that's right, man. But he didn't change anything, and in such a short turnaround, what do you think's going to change?
Not especially
Nothing.
whenever you don't have the fundamentals of boxing.
You can't close the
So-
gap on Fury with that.
He's always said, and even you listen to him in his pressers, and he's sitting there and he goes, they need to be perfect for X amount of time. Like, I only need to be perfect
12 rounds.
I think he said what they said, like 30 minutes,
Yeah,
whatever it is, or 38 minutes, whatever they were saying. I only need to be perfect for 1 second. And that's that overhand right.
Yep.
That's all he's got. He's got that hook. That's it.
yeah,
He-
but he's
his
bought into
fun-
that too. Like
Of course he has, man. And he hit Fury with it.
he
and
landed
Fury
it. Yeah.
said, hold my drink, would you?
He ate
Because
it.
I'm about to beat the absolute fuck out of you.
Yeah, but that's the thing that he needs to realize is
There's different levels, man.
There
There's
is,
different. And look at his resume. Sorry, Bar Ortiz and old Ortiz.
yeah, he hasn't done anything really.
Who have you beaten?
No,
Nobody.
no.
And they were saying, because if he had a beaten Fury, he would have went on to be up there with Muhammad Ali and things like that because it was black. Is it African American fucking
was
week, whatever it
Black
was?
History Month.
Yeah, and he had the exact same title defenses as Muhammad Ali. And it's like, there is no way on fucking God's green earth
No.
that you're in that same fucking caliber
Yeah.
as Muhammad
Wash
Ali.
your mouth out.
Jesus, I'm glad Tyson Fury would have been
Yeah.
sitting there going, no, because that one of them's the fucking greatest of all time, and this
Yeah.
guy's an imposter.
Yeah,
He's
well,
been beating nobody. Even Ortiz beat the fuck out of him for 6 rounds, man.
yeah.
And then he hit him with that. If you hit an old man with that hand, you're going to go down. But Ortiz boxed the fucking ears off him.
Yeah,
He
did.
really
but,
did, man.
But a lot of guys have done that to him,
And then he just clips it. He
and
gets
then
that
he
hand.
finds that shot,
That
and it's all over.
Ngannou hand.
Yeah,
Once you
yeah.
get that.
But he couldn't do it to Fury because Fury was just too good.
Well, he did. He hit him twice. So he hit him in the first one in the 12th.
Mm.
And then he hit him in the second round, or the first round in the second fight. And Fury took it. It was
Yep.
on his left eye.
Yep.
Took it. Because he was expecting it. 'Cause
His
that's all
boxing
he's got.
knowledge, his fight IQ is so high.
Mm-hmm.
Fury's,
Oh,
man.
Fury's. Man.
Like,
he-
what's he say? He said something like, "If there's something to know about boxing that I don't know, it's not worth knowing." It's so true.
he says, I forgot more about boxing than all these morons
He knows
know."
everything, man. Like he is, like if they had a rematch, he's just gonna beat him probably even worse than he did the second time.
Easily.
Yeah.
So what's he won? Would you give Deontay 2 rounds?
Yeah, out of the
Out
out
of 2 fights.
out of 24 rounds, is it?
Nah, he didn't fight 24 rounds.
No,
He stopped
sorry, he
after
didn't.
8, wasn't it, last time?
It was in the 8th round.
So that's at 20 rounds. Was it 8th or 6th round?
I think it was 8.
8. So that's 20 rounds.
Yeah, he's won 2 rounds. He gave him
2
2
rounds,
rounds.
so you
The 2
give him-
knockdown rounds.
18 to
Yep.
2.
Yep.
And that's it.
And Fury's only getting better. Fury's a lot younger than him too, right?
Then
Tyson
Wilder,
Fury's only my age, bro.
30,
31.
31,
Young,
32.
Young as.
He's not 31, man.
Isn't he?
No, man.
You sure about that?
Definitely not.
He's 31, bro.
Is he?
Yep. Born in August 1988.
Jesus.
Yep. He looks way older.
Jesus.
He's got that
fuck.
gypsy head.
Got that Greek dot.
And that voice. I love that. Deontay Wilder, the big dosser. The big dosser. He's 6'9". That's what, 6'9" or
He's
6'10".
huge, man.
Monster.
Fuck. 31.
You fought a lot of men before, but you've had fought a king.
And he's got a fucking
He is
heart of a lion.
He is a
man.
fucking king, mate.
Jesus
And he's the
Christ.
closest thing to a king that we'll ever see.
Yeah, I reckon.
He's a gypsy king. I love that guy.
And how he conducts himself is so fucking good.
What a professional.
Even in the pressers that he done, you seen Wilder was getting upset and saying, "I made you, but no one." This is exactly what Wilder said. No one knew who you were until you fought me. And Fury sitting there like, "Are you fucking kidding
I beat
me?"
Klitschko twice, you muppet. Sit
Exactly.
down.
Who'd you beat?
I know, right? So Dillon has said AJ deserves that fight. I think he'll do better than a lot of people give him credit for. AJ won't be as worried about Fury's hand speed and will be a little more game than he was against Ruiz the second time.
Well, I'm going to play devil's advocate to that and say Fury deserves the fight, not AJ. AJ holds so many more titles and he's been world champion for a lot longer.
Yeah.
So Fury deserves the fight now.
Who's bigger in the UK, Fury
Fury,
or Wilder? Or AJ?
AJ all day.
AJ's bigger than Fury.
Of course he is, man.
Why?
Because he come up. He was the
Olympian.
He was the
wasn't
Olympian.
Yep.
He's now two-time heavyweight world champion. But he's
Yep.
held his belt for such a long time. He's beat so many people. As fucking Tyson says, he beat the man who beat the man.
Yep.
He beat Klitschko as well. No problem.
He knocked out Klitschko after Fury had done it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's beat everyone that he's been put in front of him, like to regain his belts.
AJ's got a good
Ruiz.
resume too.
Oh man,
Great resume.
Look at the resumes. Compare them.
Yeah.
AJ's got a harder resume than Fury.
You reckon?
Definitely have a look at both of them.
But who do you think? I'm gonna flick this around a little bit. Who do you think?
Who do I think wins?
No. Who do you think if Wilder fought AJ? Do you think AJ beats him
All day.
before Wilder had lost to Fury?
All day.
Yeah.
I think he's a more technical boxer.
Of course.
Same as exactly, as long as your fundamentals are there. So as long as like you go back to basics and you start boxing, you beat Wilder no matter what. That's why Ortiz was beating him. The only thing is that overhand right, I know Fury can absorb because he's 6'9", he's built like a fucking double-decker bus.
Yeah.
Can AJ? Probably not.
Yep.
So you're gonna have to be so much quicker. You're gonna have
AJ's been
he gets
rattled,
rocked so easy, man.
rocked and rattled
So
way
easy.
more than Fury. Fury's been dropped. He's been dropped a couple of times
but
in his
yeah,
career, but AJ gets rocked.
he gets rocked. So
Yeah.
look at what
That-
Ruiz done to him.
That's the only thing that worried me about an AJ Wilder. I love AJ,
I think AJ beats him all day.
but
twice
I
on
would have
Sunday.
I would have put my money on AJ, but I would have been sweating way more than I was with Fury fighting.
AJ knows that he beats
Wilder.
him. AJ knows he beats him.
I think Wilder was in a massive dream world for a long time. Huh?
But if everyone
They were
over,
just-
the,
they were
everyone
just
over
giving
there
him
is telling him
feeders,
you're
bro.
the best thing since
Yeah.
fucking Muhammad Ali.
And
Really?
he's got that punch, and he just believes in it, and that's all he knows, man.
But if this is all that he's thinking about,
He's not
he's not training on.
No.
AJ's working on fucking so many different combinations and working on. I'll slip to the side, bang this out, keep him. As long as you keep him at arm's length, because their reach would be very similar. AJ and Wilder's reach would be very similar. I'm gonna slash again, man.
Again,
Might have diabetes.
Pregnant woman's bladder. Fury's so hard to hit though. Yeah, he is, man. His head movement, it blows my mind. Watching him against, if you type in on YouTube, I think it was Tyson Fury, head movement. It's unbelievable. He should not be able to do what he can do, being as big as he is. It's crazy. He's like a 6'10" version of Floyd Mayweather sometimes. So close to 500 likes already. 90 to go. Let's get it. If we get to 500 likes, I'm dropping $500. I'm dropping $50 in a live stream to a random person. We're going to draw it at random. So get that thing shared, and we'll drop 50 schmackaroos up on your chin. Tate, he looks 48, 50.
He does. Fuck.
So Dylan Kennedy said, yeah, that's a fair point, Ryan. AJ's been shit on since the loss, though. Yeah, of course, he did. People have fight fans are very fickle, mate. They're a fickle bunch. When someone loses, people write them off because that old saying, you're only as good as your last fight.
I believed straight away, man.
I knew he'd win the rematch.
Do you know why? How he conducted himself?
Yep.
As
True
soon as he
professional.
lost it, he said, I have to go back and look at what I done wrong.
Yep.
And then once Ruiz lost,
he just went out and ate cheeseburgers and bought
he was
fucking
like, Taco City. Come here.
taco. He went out and bought. Did you watch that the little web series he had going on, Dub City?
Nah.
Was it called Dub City?
I hadn't seen it.
He just went around and just bought fucking luxury cars and just didn't even just
He rocked up onto Joe Rogan with a fucking bling bling. He
Yeah.
goes, and Rogan's like, I see you bought a big house. Yeah. I bought a house and some chains and I got a nice car.
bro.
He's
He blew so much money.
He blew
on fucking
everything,
cars,
man.
Did you see? I watched that. I watched the Dub. I'm sure it was called Dub City. I'm gonna look it up because people are gonna yell at me. I reckon it was called Dub City. He bought a Rolls Royce, right?
Mm.
A fucking Rolls Royce. So okay, buy a Rolls Royce, no worries at all. But then he wanted to upgrade it to a better Rolls Royce. So he buys this custom
Phantom.
fucking Rolls Royce with this crazy paint job and all. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, man?
You just won.
Like, yeah, and apparently his camp said that they've been trying to get him in months earlier to start his fight camp, and he didn't do it.
No, he was fucking Taco City.
Just
Getting
eating
into
shit,
them
hanging
fucking-
out with the boys. It's bad, man.
Oh man, horrible. But as soon as AJ went straight back to training, and he got right back into the fucking grits of it again, and he went back to basics, and that's
he
you
did
could see that in the second fight.
chalk and cheese.
He
eh?
came in heavier. AJ came in a little bit heavier, like heaps heavier. Ruiz came in so much heavier.
Yeah,
So much
Fat.
heavier, man. He was
Out of
fat
shape.
as fuck.
yeah. But he's always fat. But he was
He was fat.
way out of shape.
He was fat. He was slow. He was lethargic. He looked like he had just had fucking 12 tacos.
Yeah, Dank City. It's called Dank City.
I have to have a squiz at it.
Look at it. Yeah, and you can just tell by watching those episodes. He just.
Do you follow that AJ Boxing? Like AJ's
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah, I do,
channel?
yeah.
So good in it.
I love AJ, man. Remember all that controversy that come out about him a little bit? People saying that he was posting racist shit.
Yeah, nah.
I don't think it was him.
Nah, it's
It
not.
was hacked. You can tell it wasn't him.
That's not how he conducts himself. He's
Nah.
so prim and proper and
All,
professional.
all the spelling was like really bad and shit. The
and that's
grammar
not
was.
what he's that.
I didn't buy for a second that was AJ in those tweets.
Nah,
No.
definitely not.
No.
Unlike, what do you call it, tweets not too long ago that came out. And it was, fuck, who was it? Was it Usman? Kamara Usman's tweets. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that wasn't him.
That wasn't him
No,
either.
no way. Connor was dirty on that.
Oh,
eh?
he was furious, man.
He was dirty. He doesn't really believe it. He
Mm.
thought it was them. He thought it was Ali, the rat,
the rats.
the mad rat. Should have seen what he was tweeting me, Ariel. I was gonna kick him in the head. My foot was the size of a balloon. 3 times the size.
That we've got another fucking good fight hopefully happening this year with Kovalev.
Yeah,
Should be this year. And it'll be-
Kovalev. He's a scary dude.
Oh man, Jesus Christ. And Triple G. It's gonna be a baller. It's gonna be an
gonna be a
absolute
banger.
fucking banging fight, man.
Exciting. Boxing is really exciting again.
Oh, 100% it is. And Billy Joe's still licensed to fight in the States.
That should do the trick.
That should do the trick. And if not, mate, he was on IFL TV the other day. Shout out, Coogan Cassius. He was on that the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, mate, just back in me shed, just back in me shed." And
Really?
he's got the same punching bag. Like, that's a culprit right there.
Oh god.
That's what got you fucked.
How long before he does something silly again?
Maybe give it 8 months.
Calm him down. Take his social media away from him. for a
Someone needs to
while and-
look after that.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm pretty good at pulling people back.
I've been pulled back. I've been pulled off by Jimmy a
have.
couple of times.
You nearly got us done for defamation last week. Fucking hell.
Couldn't
So-
give a fuck. See this?
Zero fucks. So, in other news, the US women's soccer team have had their equal pay lawsuit thrown out of court. Did you hear about that?
I did.
What do you
I read.
reckon? I want to hear your thoughts.
So the judge actually agreed with him on a couple of different other things.
Mm.
But so they won the World Cup 2019 last year, and 2018 the men didn't even qualify.
Mhm.
This is what it's all about. That's what they're cracking
Yeah.
down about. A lot of soccer professionals don't actually make their money playing for their country, full stop, at all. They make it playing for their actual club.
Yeah. Yep.
So they might get like $5,000. Let's say you get $5,000 just to play, like, and you get a win. That's what you get paid. With the women's soccer team, this is going to make me go back on what I was saying last week. But it is because you're in the entertainment business. It's no different to AFL stars.
100%.
AFL stars aren't getting, AFLW aren't getting the same amount of money
Nor should they be.
as the AFL, because how many are you getting? You're not filling the MCG.
The
Full
revenue's
stop.
not the same.
No, it's not. So that's what
a
has
business.
to conduct what you're being paid.
Yep.
You can't just keep paying. Oh well, if fucking X, he's on this amount, that's how much I should be getting. That's not how it works. It's
No,
about
it's
what
not.
you bring back into the company.
100%. So that they're not generating the same ticket sales. They're not generating the same merchandise. They're not putting the same butts in seats.
I think they were getting 2 times the amount or 3 times the amount. The men, US men
Yeah.
soccer team were getting.
Yep.
They were getting like 15 grand. They were getting 5 grand or some shit.
Yep.
They're cracking the shits over it.
It's a few of the girls have been tweeting from the soccer team, the US soccer team.
US are shit anyway. Like the men are atrocious,
Yeah, the men are bad.
man.
The men are bad.
There's a couple of good players. Like Chelsea's got an absolute cracker.
Yep.
Playing for them, but other than that, there's fuck all.
So there's a few tweets. We will fight like hell and get what we deserve. Right. So here we go. I want to break that down. What she said there. So, do you want to get what you deserve, or do you want to get what you think you deserve? Because they're two very different things.
Yep.
Because I think you're getting what you deserve.
Yeah.
Because if you want to let's take the Matildas right over here. So the Aussie soccer team. If you remember back in 2016, they played the national team. So the national women's team
That's as high as you can go.
played an under 15 boys team and got beaten like 7-0.
Mm-hmm.
So what exactly do you think you deserve?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be
Demeaning towards
Not at
women
all,
or-
man.
Not at all.
but
Definitely.
when the quality of the product is nowhere near,
And the revenue that you're generating is nowhere near. Definitely not.
how do you think that is no different to me like rocking up to a that's
Beauty
like me
pageant
rocking
and
up to
wanting to do
s-
someone's makeup and saying, well, they charge that. I should
Yeah.
be charging that.
or me rolling into a sales job, right? And the top dog, so you're the top salesman of the company and you're doing $1 million in sales a year and you're on these crazy commissions. And I roll in and I'm doing like 100 grand. And I'm like, hey, I want to get the same pay as him. I'm not doing the same revenue for the company.
Yeah.
I'm not selling the same. I'm not as exciting. So I'm just not as good. So why should I get the same? And I think the thing that annoys me about it is it's not about any of that. It's the current climate we live in our social, political. It's been
more
hijacked.
Well, if we're doing the same job, it doesn't matter if I'm male or if I'm female. I should be getting paid. But let's bring it right back. Every soccer player doesn't get paid the same.
No,
Or
they
I'm
don't.
gonna call football player from now on because that's what it is. It's football.
Football.
Okay,
It's not
fuck
soccer.
this soccer bollocks. So every football player doesn't get paid exactly the same. It depends on your ability.
That's right.
That's what you get paid on. You get paid on ability.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've got Raheem Sterling playing for Man City. He gets like 300 grand a week, £300,000 a week.
Amazing.
That's what he gets. You've got Messi maybe on €400,000 a week. That's per weeks. We don't even make that in 2 years.
It's crazy. Crazy money.
Unbelievable, mate.
Yep.
But I think they're blowing it way out of proportion. They're putting all their eggs in one basket. Like they reckon the judge said there is certain things that he will let keep going in the court case, but the equality in the pay isn't going to be one of them.
See, the thing that annoys me about the whole thing is they've made it all about gender,
Mm-hmm.
and it's discrimination because we're women. We're not getting this. It's not that at all.
No.
It's just because, unfortunately, you're just not as good,
Well,
and you're not as exciting, and you're not selling as much. You're just not as good. It's not because you're women at all.
but one would say they're actually better. I would say they're better. They won the World Cup, man, last year.
Yeah,
They
but
beat
against not the same competition.
doesn't matter. It's not. That's not. You're not comparing that. You're comparing the profession. They beat everyone else in the world.
Yeah, but look at the
Doesn't-
quality
you
of this.
No, you can't say, oh, well, we're basing it all on quality now, because then you have different brackets. You say, well,
But how many
okay.
people were watching though?
that's exactly what it comes down to. It's about the revenue that comes back into it. Because I didn't tune in for it. I watched the Matildas play because it was on
Why
SBS.
don't you watch it?
Well,
The skill level's nowhere near what it needs to be,
No,
is it?
definitely not. Back home, the Women's Premier League is really good. It's really, really good. I do enjoy watching it. It's not televised enough.
Mm.
That's probably why I don't watch it as much. But I think it's just is it our own ignorance?
I don't think it's that. I think it's
I don't think it's not like, because I would say I could definitely, like, one of my good friends back home, Tara, could come here and skin the fuck out of most football players in this area.
Yeah.
She's unbelievable. So it's not about quality. It's not about, because she's a chick, it's fine.
It's not because they're
I
women. No, not at all.
Definitely not, man.
You go to the UFC, for example. Ronda Rousey was paid more than 90%
Yeah.
of the whole UFC roster.
Yep.
And it's
Like
it
what she was about, what she could
because
generate.
Yeah, that's right. She was exciting, polarizing. People wanted to tune in. She
What have
was
you got
good
the
at
offer
what she
is?
did. She ticked all the boxes from a business standpoint.
Yep.
It wasn't because she was a female or whatever. So and you go again and look at Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Weili Zhang.
Yeah.
That was one of the best fights I
Probably
have seen.
Ever.
Period.
Doesn't need to be male, female.
Forget
nothing,
male,
man.
female. It's not about that. It's not about male, female. It's like that was one of the best fights I have seen ever.
Yep. That was unbelievable.
Because
man.
they sold the fight.
They beat the clean fuck out of each other.
Not only did they sell the fight and all that kind of stuff leading up to it, which is a big part of it, but they delivered, man. Their skill set, them two women, their skill set is unbelievable.
That Yoel Romero Adesanya fight wouldn't have looked as shit if they didn't fight for it.
Oh, I know,
It
right?
wouldn't have. There's no way it would have, man.
No, you're right, man.
If-
That set
if
the
they
bar
didn't-
so high.
Man, no matter what fight comes out on top, like after that, as the
Yep.
main event, the crowd's booing.
100%.
Because they're being spoiled.
That was one of the best fights I've seen, man or woman.
I was so excited watching that fight. I actually thought Joanna won it in my mind, but
yeah, a
because-
lot of people scored it for her.
I think because she was the other lady, Weili was the first Chinese champion. They're sort
Yeah.
of, would you call it Cejudoing?
They want to build that market in China.
Definitely.
Definitely want to build that. Oh, I don't know about now, but
They
they wanted to
used
build
to.
that market in China. But look, going back to the whole equality of pay thing with the women's sports,
With the football.
with the football,
Fucking football, mate.
football.
You use fucking football, friends.
Yeah, football friends. But look, I just hate the fact that it's been hijacked for an agenda that's got nothing to do with what it really is.
No, it's like feminism, man.
It's
exactly
third
the
wave
same.
feminism,
It's
and
exactly the
unfortunately, I
same.
fucking hate when they do that.
Because
They've
there's
basically
actually,
gone to the court and said, "Hey, we're getting discriminated against. We have vaginas. We need the same pay." It's not that at
not
all.
at all.
So why should a business be forced to lose money
Well, it's a different
because we have
league
to
as
pay
well.
everybody the same?
It's a different league that they're playing in as well. So
Yes.
it's like you've got no, and that's why the judge said you've got no argument here.
No.
It's a different league. Your league doesn't generate enough of an income. Like you're being paid based upon what you actually sell.
Yeah.
And you're selling two parts of fuck all. It's
If you-
unfortunate.
Look at the tennis. Like, look at the tennis now. The prize money for the women and the men is now the same, right? When the women technically are doing less work because they're playing less sets.
Yeah.
They're playing best out of three. Men are playing best out of five. So where's the equality in that? You know what I mean? It's just, I just hate the whole notion.
It's
that,
such a grey area, though. Huh?
it is. It is.
Man, it's grey as shit.
Because look, I think when you break it down to an individual level,
Which anything should be based upon.
so the women in team sports don't do as well as elite women in single sports.
Yep.
So you look at Serena Williams, and she's a
She kills
draw.
it.
She's a big
Kills it.
draw. You know, you had like, women like Anna Kournikova back in the day. She
Yep.
would have got paid more than most dudes because of who she was, and so women on a singular basis do better in sports, and typically, so you look at women fighters and stuff, like they can be more elite.
Yeah.
In a team sport, that's why you get the Matildas getting thrashed by under 15 boys 7-0.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
Nah. It's not. And I don't think that we need to take the male and female completely out of it, like, because that has to be relevant, yeah. Because everyone, this is going to sound very
Sexist.
not sexist, but it's going to
Misogynistic.
be misogynistic. At the end of the day, no matter what gender that you actually associate with, you're either male or female. That's it.
And you
okay?
have to look, you have to just break it down for what it is. And in physical sports, men on average.
So let me put it to you like this. But sorry, I hate interrupting you. So the best female soccer player in the world, I don't care. She's probably Brazilian or Spanish. That's probably where they are, or in England. Are they ever going to play for Manchester United in their first team? No.
What do you mean?
Are they ever going to play in the English Premier League?
With men?
Yeah.
No.
No, they're not.
Because they're not good enough.
Exactly. Well, it's not that they're not good enough. That's not why they'll play there. Because it's not equal. It's not classed as equal. So we've got an English
Well, it probably
Premier
no. It
Women's
is that
League.
they're not good enough.
I don't
Because
see
physically, all right, you get
There's
you get
people in the
Manchester
Premier League
United.
that are complete bollocks, mate.
You get Manchester United.
Yeah.
You tell me one player there that needs to be subbed out. Like you name me one player in that team
I would have to
where
look
a woman is better.
I would have to look at the player and think she's phenomenal.
It's like Serena Williams, for example, is the best. Like you could say, she's the best female player in the world, right? Maybe not now, but overall, she doesn't beat a guy in the top 100. And she's even come out and said
she would though.
No.
course she
She
would.
doesn't.
Of course she would.
She doesn't.
You don't think she beats a guy in the top 100?
No.
And of course
don't.
she does, man. You're
Nah,
talking baloney.
I don't think so. And even she has come out and said she can't beat a man in the top 100.
You got ham in your pockets? Because you're talking baloney.
I'm serious. No, she doesn't.
Man, of course she does.
She doesn't. I don't think she
You don't-
does.
Of course she does.
No,
That's a big statement.
it's not that big of a statement.
Yes, it is.
The men's top 100's pretty stacked.
Nah,
And they're men. They play 5 sets. We're built different.
doesn't matter.
We've got a
Doesn't matter, mate.
our
Of course she beats.
cardiovascular abilities are more than female. Like you just break it down from a scientific and genetic standpoint, we are better suited to physical activity than females, and it's nothing to do with being sexist or whatever. It's just pure facts.
You don't think she beats any person in the top 100?
I think it's
Man,
possible, but I don't think she does.
See, I would have even argued with you if you'd have said top 50.
Yeah,
I would have definitely, name me one player between 50 and 100.
Do you think Ronda Rousey beats any man at 135 in the UFC?
Completely different.
Why?
Because it's contact sport.
It's still physical.
Doesn't matter. It's contact sport. So it's whenever they're playing tennis and things like that, you're not grappling and fucking manhandling them. It's completely different.
She's still dealing with power and speed of a man.
Yeah, but it's not
5
grappling
sets.
and destroying her.
She's not playing 5 sets.
Well, even if she was to go 5 sets with him, I don't think that
think she
she would even keep it at 5 sets. I think she would destroy someone.
She's even come out herself and said she couldn't do it.
She's maybe playing herself down, but I think she beats him
Well,
quite comfortably.
we can agree to disagree on that one. But I don't think she beats.
This is
I don't
one
think
of them.
She beats a man in the
Well,
top 100.
maybe.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Maybe Tiger Finger, maybe didn't.
But look, and I want to finish my point because
You want to be right.
no, not so much. I know I'm right. Anyway.
You're an idiot.
But it comes down to I hate in today's society where we can't just call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
Women are better than men at a lot of things.
Most things.
A lot of things,
Most
Most things. And I'm
Most
not,
stupid videos that I scroll through my Facebook, it's men doing stupid shit.
bro, women live longer on average. Women are better nurturers. Like I watch my fiance bring up my son, and what the things she does with him, it's amazing, man. And women are built for that kind of thing, right? They're better than men in a lot of things, right? In a lot of professions, women are better, right? I think women make better teachers, women make better nurses, women make better a lot of things.
Yep.
But our current climate that we live in, we're not allowed to say when a man is better than a woman at something. So like it's such a big like controversy when we say, you know, if I was to say, you know, men, what we're talking about right now is a big no-no.
Yeah, no.
Because, you know, we're not allowed to say that women can't be better than men or be equal to men in sports when typically for the most part they're not. So like,
no, that's.
I'm not
very
saying
true.
like if Ronda Rousey walked through this door right now,
She'd
she
beat
would
the
probably
fuck out of
throw
both
me
of us.
around like a wet towel.
Both of us.
Right? But I'm not an elite. Like if you take Ronda Rousey,
Anyone in the UFC roster.
you take Ronda Rousey at 135.
Yeah.
And you take any man in the 135 bantamweight roster, she gets starched every day of the week by any guy.
Yeah.
Any guy that's ranked.
But that's
Any guy
physical
that's-
contact.
I know.
That's a different kettle of fish.
But
You
we're not
can't
allowed to
compare
say
that.
those kind of things. Remember the whole bullshit where people were saying that she was going to beat, she could beat Floyd Mayweather, and people were buying into it. And
It's like
Dana
really,
White was even pushing
what
it.
you want to pay for domestic violence
Come
fight? What are
on.
you doing?
Like,
Although I have no doubt Ronda would do it because she'd do anything for money. I reckon, wouldn't she?
well, I think at the time she would have, until she got her brain scrambled by Holly Holm and then Nunes. I think her whole bubble come crashing down.
Yeah.
When she realized, hang on a minute,
I'm not actually that good.
maybe I can't beat Floyd.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll pass.
I just
on
had
that
two
one.
women beat the fuck out of me consecutively.
But
Holly Holm destroyed her.
I'm not saying, she did. I'm not saying that I could beat Ronda Rousey, because I couldn't. And I'm not saying that it's a blanket black and white where men are better than women, because there's women out there that could beat the piss out of it. If Nunes walked in here and started throwing heat, I'd be jumping that balcony.
I'm done.
Right?
See ya.
You know what I mean? But at an elite level, when you take the best females and the best men, 99% of the time the men are going to win in physical competition.
Yeah.
And it's okay to say that.
But it's hard. Like you saying that, it's hard. I disagree with the statement with like top 100.
You can disagree with that, but she's not beaten. All right, we'll just for argument's sake, we'll say the top 10.
Oh yes, she's not
beating
at
them.
all. I agree 100%.
She's not beating.
And
any
I'm
of
with
them.
you. I'm with you on that 100%. She doesn't get close to anyone in the top 10.
And is that because you can't say that's just because men and women are different, right? Sorry, we're different.
Yep.
We're made differently. Our bone structure is different. Our bone density is different. Our cardiovascular abilities are different. Like, we're made different physically. And that's okay, man. But the whole bullshit, this whole third way, and I'm not going to say feminism, because true feminism is a great thing for women.
I think it's a phenomenal
They
thing.
need it. And it's, over the years, it's like
It's
there's
done
been
them such
feminists,
good.
there's been real feminists that have pushed for things, and
But then you get these cunty ones that just
you get the
push,
third
man.
wave.
It's just like
it's just a man-hating agenda.
exactly. It's like, oh, what? So a man does that and we can't do it. So fuck you. And
That's
it's like,
right.
really?
But it's
That's
not,
where we're at.
third wave, where it lost its way. Third wave feminism stopped being about, about women and helping women, and it become more about hating men and fighting the patriarchy and all that rubbish, right?
I don't think proper feminists, like I so support feminism. I don't think proper feminists hate men. I think they're trying to. I think they hate certain types of men because it's people that
I agree, because
and that's I know you well enough to know that you would agree with what they're actually advocating, like what they're
100%.
going towards. Like Harvey Weinstein, shit like that, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Because they're
100%.
fucking filthy humans.
And there still is a lot of men out there that are just pigs.
Well, let's do a little different fucking scenario here. You get all these absolute pig men. Pigs that take power and like they take advantage of their power. Harvey Weinstein's, Epstein's, all of that. How many women?
Yeah.
Now we dominate it. It's like, do you know,
Yep.
every time I'm looking through my fucking phone and I'm watching pedophile hunters,
They're all men.
do you ever watch? It's
mostly.
all blokes. I
Yeah.
get so excited whenever I see a woman on there. I'm like, oh, new one.
Yeah.
We got someone
Yeah.
new. It's all blokes. Like we fucking.
We need to, so I agree. I want women to, like, I'm a business owner, for example, and I'll hire a woman.
Yep.
No worries at all. I got no qualms about that. If she can do the work, and we've got a woman working for us right now, and she's a beast. She'll work a lot of dudes under the table.
Yeah.
And I'm all for that. But it's when it gets hijacked by this bullshit third wave feminism that's not about equality. It's just about
having a bit of a fucking go, getting yourself in the limelight for 20 minutes, carrying on.
And that's what annoys me.
That's what most of it's about, man, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And it's so unfortunate because there's people there that are doing it for all the right reasons.
Yes.
And it takes it away from it because instead of us looking at certain things and going, they probably have a point there. Like whenever they wanted to fight in the front line, like whenever women wanted to fight in the front line, I was massive for it. I think it's we're all fucking humans. At the end of the day, we're all humans.
Yep.
That's legitimately what we stand from. Why not? Why can't you? Why do you not like? Why are you not allowed to? But
No,
more
I
to
think
the
they
point,
should be allowed to. And like, if you go back into the 1920s, you probably remember when women were banned from playing football.
Well, women actually used to be computers, man. So before computers were real, women were computers. So anything that was derived from any organization would go into this massive room. Women would sit down, work out everything, write down what the common denominator was in it, and they were actually the first computer.
Really?
And it was only women hired for it. Only women. You could only get it if you were women. There were so many scientists that came out of that. And they were actually classed as computers at the very start, before computers were even invented, before World War II, before World War One.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that.
There you go. You learn something new every day, man.
Yep. So women are better computers than men.
That's why they fucking live longer. So much smarter than us, man.
Men do such dumb shit, don't we?
Oh. And as soon as I do something stupid, like, I instantly know I've done something so
You
stupid.
think if I was a woman, I wouldn't have done that.
I wouldn't have done that. I would suck them off and give them a tenner.
I'm getting worried about you, man. But seriously though, I think
So going back to
equality-
the football.
Go.
Going back to the football.
Mhm.
Do you think that they've got a leg to stand on or no? 'Cause
Not really.
I don't
think so.
I don't think so.
Not really. You're not doing like it's just when you break it down for what it is, then they're not doing the same like that. They're
mean
not
like-
generating the revenue. They're not. So why should all they're basically their argument is we've got a vagina, pay us the same as men.
So AFLW, do they get paid
Oh
the same
my
as AFL?
God.
No, they don't. Do you know why? Because AFLW doesn't, like, you can, and I've watched
Oh,
a couple of seasons of it,
I don't know how you watch
and
any
it's
of it.
like 10-8.
Yeah, they're
Sorry,
literally
what?
they're kicking one goal a game and they
It's
want the same amount as the men.
unbelievable, man.
Have you seen the stands, bro? Like I made a joke on social media, and few people got a few laughs, but triggered a few people as well. But I made a joke about the something like, I can't remember the exact wording that I used, but it was like they were talking about playing in empty stadiums, the
Yeah.
COVID-19. I
Like
said, well, the AFLW has been doing it since they started, so it's no big deal to them. But it's terrible. The
Oh.
quality is it's not big. It's got nothing to do with because they're women.
No,
They're just terrible.
the quality is awful.
The quality is
It's
awful.
awful.
It's
There's a
awful.
couple of really good players in it,
Yeah, that's
but,
right. But
that
it's not
doesn't
enough.
make a league.
No, that's right. It's like the UFC when the women's MMA started.
But
You,
even
you
at
had
that,
a
like,
few. You had a couple of women that were way above like a Cyborg,
yeah,
way better than everybody. Gina Carano was good
Yeah.
too. And then you had you had Ronda Rousey, who was just better than it hadn't evolved and caught up. So you had a couple of outliers that were really
then
good.
once it caught up,
Once
Cyborg
it-
was like, "See ya, I'm fucking out of here."
But yeah, like it's just the way it is. It's got nothing to do with men and women.
no.
It's the quality of the product is nowhere near as good.
No.
So why would you pay as much?
No.
They're not the business side of things. They're not doing the same numbers. They're not making money. They're not
Nowhere close to it.
nowhere close. So
Not even close. What about the sponsors? No, thank you.
no.
They don't want anywhere even.
But
to
then
do
that's
with it.
that's where they'll spin it and go, oh, it's because it's sexism.
Well,
it's
it's
because
not.
we're women.
It's
No.
not. What's your draw? What's your draw card? And that's what it has to come back to. Where's your draw? So now in the States, if I was in the States right now, I'd be saying, okay, this is your next move. For the next World Cup, we're going to put, I don't know what the number might be, 10 million. We're going to put 10 million into advertising you guys because you are the current holders. They would have something in their clause now that they're the world champions. They're the World Cup winners. We're going to put this in. We're going to see how big it gets. And then after the next World Cup, we'll look at it. We'll look at what the revenue was. We'll see if we can build up the league because you're only brand new at it. That's awesome. You've won last year. That's fantastic. But we're only brand new at it. This is where we'll go from. You can't just come in and go, this is what we want.
No. Well, they thought they could. They thought
It was great they come in and won it.
they thought they could based on the current socio-political climate.
Yeah.
They thought women are
We know how to play it.
we can pull this gender discrimination now because it's 2020, right?
Yeah.
And I think
2019, they pulled that.
I think they got a big shock when it all came tumbling.
But let's be honest, if they had have went out in the semis, you wouldn't have heard anything.
No, probably not.
Wouldn't
Well,
have heard
I don't know,
anything.
maybe.
No, you wouldn't have. Definitely not. Why?
Well, maybe.
Well, maybe.
Dylan said,
about the
Dylan said, on principle, are they doing the same job?
and
So
what?
they're doing the same job.
What they say?
He said, on principle, are they doing the same job as the men? They're doing the
100%
same
they are.
job, but they're not doing the same quality job.
Definitely not. Well, it's not. It's not. So it's not about quality. It's about how much revenue
But it
you
kind
pump
of
into it.
You can't ignore that though.
Yeah, but it's about the revenue that's injected.
Yeah, which
So
is a byproduct.
let's say we take the Dutch league, okay? We take the Dutch soccer league. We take that and we take the Premier League. The Dutch soccer league isn't injecting the same quality as the Premier League. Definitely not. But it's about the revenue that's pumped into
Yeah.
this. We've got so many
Yeah.
more sponsors into this
Yeah.
compared to this. It's about how much money you can make what you're actually doing. And if no one wants to buy into it, then you're fucked.
Yep.
Because that's what the money's split between.
It's like you look at take it back to MMA. How many great fighters?
He's like, get off this soccer real quick.
No, I agree with you. But you take it back to MMA and you look at how many amazing fighters there are that just don't know how to market themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're not making the money because they just, you'd rather watch paint dry than listen to them speak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the women.
And good fighters.
Yeah. So Dylan says if they play 90 minutes and are expected to provide a result at the end, they should at least be paid the same base salary as the men.
But there is no base salary, Dylan. So see what you're saying there? Players are paid on quality. So there's players at certain clubs will be on, even if you go at League 2, there'll be people like English champ below the championship. There'll be people on a couple £100. But then you get up into the Premier League and there's people on 300,000. You can't pay someone at that and someone at that.
Are they almost subcontractors?
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Because they're paid on their performances and they're taken in and they're paid on a 5 or 8 year contract, whatever they can get on. Whatever, like, as I was saying, Raheem Sterling from Man City, he's on 300,000 a week. So
do we just go out and give all the women 300,000
is that what
a
we
week as well?
do? Because you can't, because there's people at Manchester United that we've got a couple of youngsters, like let's say Mason Greenwood.
Yep.
Mason Greenwood's coming up through the ranks. He's 19 now. He's been with the club since he was 14, and now he's on, I think he's on like 45,000 a week. But before that, he was on like, he'll start off on £500 a week. And that's still good money back home. That's $1,000 a week over here. So there's no baseline for anything soccer related. It's always based on ability.
Yep.
Always based on it. That's how
So Dylan said that there would still be a minimum wage as long as there's parity.
There's not. So that's bullshit. So you sign a contract based on your ability. So every person is individually contracted. No different to the NFL, no different to baseball, no different to AFL. Every person is signed on on their ability.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to.
So I'm going to give you a question, Dylan. If you're the top salesman at your business, right? And you're smashing the sales, you're busting your balls, and you've put in hours and hours and hours of work behind the scenes. You've educated yourself on the art of sales, and you've gone the extra mile to be the best salesperson you can be. So you're the top salesman, and you're getting a good commission because you've earned it. And then a woman comes in. Let's not even say a woman. Let's say a dude comes in who is 1/4 the salesperson you are. They haven't done all the extra work you've done. They haven't honed their craft like you have. And then they're doing, 1/3 of the sales you are. And they say, "Hey man, I'm doing the same job as this guy. Give me give me the same money that Dylan is getting paid." And all of a sudden, they're on the same commission that you're on, and they're doing 1/4 of the job that you're doing. Does that sound fair to you?
Even though they're not doing the 1/4 of the job, because most of these, let's take it back to sport, because most of them are playing 90 minutes. If you look at players that are playing, that are just mediocre players almost, they might be getting 80,000 a week. Now, if you're going to jump up and down, you're getting £80,000 a week.
Oh, Love
you
that.
need your fucking head looked at because that's immaculate. That's a yearly. That's over a yearly fucking wage for most of us.
Yep.
But that's what most in the Premier League
For you, maybe.
at our. Oh, he's balling. Look at his coat. I'm surprised it's not fucking mink. Where's the fur on it? But yeah, no, that's what it comes down to. Like, and you've got smaller clubs that are coming up. Everyone's doing the same amount of sort of work, but it's about what revenue comes into that company. So Manchester United as a company, as an entity, they bring in so much more so they can pay so much more because we've got fair play rules back home. Man City were done for it last year. So now they have to miss Champions League, which is worth millions and millions to them next year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so you can only spend on signings and on wages a certain percentage of actually what your reimbursements are through sponsorship, through shirt sales, through everything.
So Dillon said commission is different to base salary. Commission is paid based on performance. Base salary is paid as a legal requirement. Yeah, but there's no base salary in.
There is no base salary.
In
so
football.
So you sign an individual contract, my man.
So he said,
individual
I'm not
contract.
sure about the UK, but in Oz there would be a minimum wage that the AFL could pay their players based on law. Yeah, I don't know about the AFL.
No, it's individual contract. Guarantee it. It's an individual. Every person signs it. Well, what did Judd sign?
Have a look at Lance Franklin and they're
it's
not
all
on,
individual contracts. They were getting like, and then
I think that's because they've all got managers.
You always hear whenever like with Judd went up to Gold Coast, and then it was a front end heavy contract. So towards the end of it, that's why I wanted to leave because he got exactly because he got paid up massively in his first 3 years, and he was like, I know I've only got 2 years left, but I'm going to get fucked on these 2 years. I want to go back to Geelong, or I want to go like that's. He knew he was done on them. It's all individual contracts, man. It's no different if you come and work for me. I give you a contract for what you're actually doing.
Yep. Let's have a look.
That was squizzle.
What do we got?
I think I'm right.
This is for AFL players.
What do you got, Shiraz?
It's not bad. It's a little bit big for me. So they in the AFL they have a minimum wage.
Do they?
I think so, from what I'm reading.
But every player signs a contract.
Yeah, that's right.
Based not upon the minimum wage.
Yeah, they all have their own managers and that kind of thing, and they do sign contracts. They all negotiate their contracts. Of course they do. That's why in the NBA and
but
they jump around.
So let's be honest. Okay, so you say you work for the AFL. So if you were, say, playing for Richmond, you were an 18-year-old kid coming up, and you work for Richmond. So the minimum wage would be $22.50 or whatever it's going to be. That's just Australia wide.
Yeah,
that doesn't matter what the fuck you're doing. You could be stacking shelves. You could be doing anything. Of course, it's got a minimum wage.
Yeah, but
then whenever you go to sign your contract dictates exactly what you're actually going to be doing. It's not.
That's right.
It's nothing to do with fucking minimum wage.
Yeah,
it's about your ability, what you're actually going to give back into that club, that institution, and then you're paid based back upon that.
So, putting that one to bed, I reckon when they start filling the seats and generating a similar amount of revenue that the men do, then you can
stink up.
Then you can revisit it.
Yeah,
but until then, man, when it's like
relax. Like, see in the fucking US, like they class it as soccer as well. It's the only two places in the world I've ever heard of called soccer: is Australia and US. It's that's annoying whenever I move that on.
Can be.
I can hear that. They're brand new to it. Like they're real brand new to it.
So the women, even the AFLW have expressed that they want equal pay and all that.
Yeah, but you can't though.
God no, not when your whole match
you're
score
drawing
is
what
10
200
points.
People.
Yeah,
you're getting nothing there. And
like
it's boring as shit. Like I would rather sit and watch my paint dry so I can put another coat on the fucker.
But you also got to look at the longevity as well. Like, how many years have the men been playing AFL, right? And then the women just roll in after one or
They're
two
like,
seasons.
I want
and
this.
Hey,
I want this.
Yeah. Yep, getting the whole
Yeah.
Felicia thing going. Like, we want the same amount. Come on.
Make my way downtown.
Yeah. But come on, when you're scoring 10 points a game,
Yeah, it's
Turn
not,
it up.
It's not good enough.
turn it up, women.
Turn it up, mate.
All right, I reckon we're out of here. I reckon that's been pretty good. Two of us. I'm gonna pull the pin. I'm pretty hungry. Might go to Macca's on the way home.
Bit hungry.
I'm
Jeez, I could have
starving.
turned the fryer on downstairs, man.
Oh, have you got any food we can cook?
Yeah, I got some shit downstairs.
Got any elk?
Fuck's sake.
Oh my god! Thanks everyone for
Cheers,
for
boys.
tuning in on
And
that
we'll keep you posted on our if we're going to do something on Sunday.
yeah, for the UFC. It's a maybe at this point. It's
Well,
a
if
maybe.
I reckon at the minute it's only me and Ox, is it?
Yeah, but you and Ox. You and Ox at this point.
Me, Ox, and we'll maybe rope fucking Big Chris Dawson
Big
into
Chris Dawson.
it. He might be in.
But everyone, if you haven't already, subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts and anywhere that you listen to podcasts. And go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to that, please. And if we get to 500 followers on Facebook, and do our Instagram as well, handles.
Smash
on the
everything.
bottom.
Just
smash
fucking
everything.
smash it all. Share it. If you can share this shit, it helps everybody out. We're just here to have a fucking silly goose time, pretty much.
Exactly.
We're here to have a bit of wine, have a bit of a yarn with you, guys,
And women. And
just
women.
talk shit.
Don't be sexist. And
Boys and girls.
if we get to when we get to 500 followers on Facebook, we're going to do a live $50 gift card on our next stream. If we get to 500, so the more people that like this stuff, the more money I will give away. Do you like money? If you don't like money, then don't share the page. But if you like money, share the page.
You could
so-
be in for a easy 50.
Easy 50 in times like these, where we don't know where our next meal's coming from.
You don't need to suck dick for a 50.
Uncle
Just need to share it.
Uncle Jimmy's just dropping 50s. So
If you never say that again, it's way too soon.
Uncle Jimmy Savile. Jingle jangle. Uncle Jimmy Savile dropping
Come sit
50.
my knee, Jimmy.
If old Jimmy Savile ever tried to drop a 50 on you, get out of there real quick. But thank you, everyone. Like and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Like and some eyes.
We'll have a couple of polls up during the week anyway for fights upcoming this weekend. We want to get your fucking feedback completely.
Get it going. Get it
Same
going.
we give all of ours, which is irrelevant.
Yeah, no one gives a
I
shit.
just want to hear yours.
No, yeah, we will do some polls.
Definitely.
Get everyone going. Dillon, I don't like money. That's why I'm going to go play women's soccer. Hey, real quick, what?
He loves
That's a good one. You know what you should do, Dillon? Do you want to be the best female soccer player in the world? Just identify as a woman, and I reckon you'd be better than most of them. Oh, I'm going to cut that one out. All right, guys. Thank you very
Cheers.
much.
Look after yourselves.
You're listening to the Trojan Hour. Yeah, the boys.